It's because the Russians, when they read my book and I tell them my story, they say it's another person. That's why I don't look. It's not another person. It is written. I was hawking when I was 17, like my son now his age. I was hawking something on my head. In Yoruba, that's my language. I used to say Omologi. Omologi today, Omologi. You know what Omologi means? Yes. Yeah, I mean, when you are adolescent,
yes.
I think it's, it's
embarrassing. You want to be trendy, you want to be popular.
Yeah, because everybody, you cannot even hide behind your class. I mean, that's when, and teenagers could be cruel.
Yes.
And wicked sometimes. Yeah, laughing and making jest of you and things. So I had to do it, but that was just one business I needed to do to survive. Then I had 3 farms, one with cassava and one with maize, and then so. The first time I saw water system, it's not like for the Russians, they don't believe that. I ran out of that place, screaming, because
it's true.
Because I went to visit in another town, my relative. So I was saying I needed to use the restroom. So the guy, my age mate, just said, go in there. He took me in there. I said, sit down there, do what you need to do. When you finish, use the paper here. Then just press that thing, this handle. Yeah. Just press it. That's it. So I did what I needed to do. When I pressed the thing, I didn't know catastrophe was going to occur. All bad news started. Because he didn't tell me what was going to happen. He just told me everything was going to go away. But instead of the thing going away, I saw a water flood, a flood of water being released to the whole house. So I think water was going to go. I said, my God, no. And these were very strict. So the water will fill the whole house. And when you actually stop, it's not stopping. I ran out of the place. I was in trouble. Water is coming everywhere. Water come. I thought I released flood. I was flooding the whole house, and the whole house was neat, clean, everything dry like this. So I'm flooding the whole place. I came from the village of Fruit, everybody in trouble. Then the guy came and said, what happened? I said, water is coming, water now is coming from I thought it was coming, it will soon come now. He was just laughing. He was laughing himself to death, rolling on the ground. I said, what's wrong? Come and see, go and see. Then I went there, I can't see what I know. I said, it's running somewhere. I had it running. Yeah. I've never seen anybody, since I've been in Europe for 30 years, who escaped from the kind of village or background I'm coming from. In fact, I was telling somebody the other day that my village is 40 hours. He said, Pastor, don't say that thing again. Yes, were you there? Don't say that thing again. How can you be saying it? I said, it's true. It's not that. I said it's 40 hot. He said, it's not possible. How can you? Pastor, don't say that thing again. It's not. I said, why you nice? I come from there.
You blink small, you miss the whole place.
I've started using toothpaste at 16. Before then, stick. Oh, yeah. But we couldn't even afford the Paco. Although we are Ijebu, and it's Paco Ijebu, that's the most famous one, but we couldn't even afford it. We were the producer, but we couldn't even afford it. You know the one I was using?
Well, fetch one.
Huh? Yes. Dogoyaro or guava stick. You know guava stick? Yeah, but then it has three. Yeah, just cut it and every morning just go there and cut it. Yeah.
Fresh toothbrush. Is it effective though? Does it actually clean?
Maybe, who knows? You don't know. That's just what you know about it. Okay.
Will you let with bad breath on?
No.
Depends on what you do with your tongue.
The bad breath is actually.
So you strip the tongue as well with that?
Yeah, sure. I used it.
It doesn't bleed?
It's good, but when you become a specialist, you don't see that anymore. You know, I've not, my biography that you people have read is just the mild European one.
The real conk one, you do not read.
Because it will be too incredible. It's horrible. No, horrible stories. So I'm going back to Africa to help my people. Because I am supposed to be in that village up to now. But besides, there are millions of Sunday Adelajas still showing that stick over there. Millions of Sunday Adelajas, just like me. No other life. Nobody comes out. I'm the only one who ever came out. Nobody comes out. So can you imagine how many people should have been doing what I'm doing right now in Europe? How many people should have been doing stuff in science, in technology, in business, if they had been delivered? So I'm thinking, maybe they are all as talented as me. Maybe they are even more talented than me. Maybe they are even more gifted, but no lending hand. So they are still there. Just like I would have still been there. I mean, I never saw a library before I left our country. Before I left him with the country. I never saw a laboratory. And I had to give the exam. And God helped me to win the scholarship. We had 350 people from all over Nigeria applied for the scholarship. 350,000. That's like 250,000 more. And God helped me to, from that village, give the exam. When you work hard, everything becomes possible for you.
Did you walk bare feet those days, or you also had?
Not just walk bare feet, playing football barefooted, everything. Yeah, everything barefoot. So I want to go. I'm having Africa in my head. I've been praying for years for God to release me back because I really want to be able to contribute something before I go. Because there are no needs in Europe. You think there are problems in Europe? It's self-cultivated problem in Europe. It's what they created upon themselves. You know, drugs, everything. It's out of good life, too good life you are going to. But here is real. We don't have any option. You don't choose or you can't choose or you don't choose, you know. You are born into it. Most of the problem in this country is what they have chosen. All those drug ideas, they chose to become like that. Wrong choices. But they are no choice. And the needs are so overwhelming that too much.
Yeah.
Especially the Igbos. I want to, if they will allow me, with this their Biafra thing they are talking about, if they will allow me to go to their area, if they will not do the Biafra thing, but they will allow me, I want to target the Igbos. Yes. I want to target the Igbos.
I will help with that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, seriously, making the con, I will help with that.
So that they will not shut out all the other Nigerians from there. That's the problem now with this, their agitation. But if we could go to the villages, to the places, and just build, you know, first-class facilities to groom them from when they are young and release them to the world, you know. Yeah, there are people like that, Ijebus. I'm one of them. Yes, because the Ijebus, if you look at, you know, Yoruba people are big in Nigeria, prominent. But if you look at the most prominent Yoruba people, most of them are coming from that area, Ogun State. Wole Soyinka is from that area. Yeah, the father is Ijebu, the mother is Egba. You know, so that's one. Obasanjo is from that area. You know, Shonekon is from that area. Tai Sholari is from that area. Wale Adenuga is from that area. What's the name of that bank? Shubomi, one of the leading top 5 banks in Nigeria. Yeah, it's JTB or something. He's from that area. You know, most of these prominent Nigerians who have, you know, very prominent, they're from that area. You know, that Tunde Bakare is from that area. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so even the VP now is from that area. Yes. Everybody from that. Yeah, all of them claim Lagos, but they're from that place originally. So, I mean, most of the, even MKO Abiola that died, he's from there too. Can you imagine? So, who is left out of the Yoruba people? You know, all of them are from there, almost. And it's the smallest state, almost the smallest state in Nigeria. And then all these great prominent guys. Awolowo is from there.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Something about the tribe, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something about the tribe. Ike Dairo is from there, you know.
What do you think is this the way they've been groomed when they're young, or just
I think there is something about them.
how they've been instilled in them?
Yeah. So, just something about them. Oh, most of the, what do you call this, oil, no, is it oil well or something you call it? What company, that is a prominent company in Nigeria?
Shell, Chevron, Ajay,
No, it's not oil company. It's not oil. What do they call it? Yeah, oil well, they call, but it's not oil company, but they call it oil well or something. Yeah, it's a prominent Nigerian company. They call it Oba Otedoku or something. Oba. He's from there too. So Otedola is from Otedola is not from there. But you know, most of those people are from there. And okay, for example, the only Yoruba who has ever led Nigeria is Obasanjo, right? 2 times. He's from there. So I know that there is something about them somewhere there. I don't know. I can't explain it. Maybe their work ethic, maybe something, but there's something about them. Prayer Kalida. Then the Igbos, you know, there is also something about them, very enterprising. Hello, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Come in. You are looking at me as if you are afraid of me. Come in. You want to remove your coat? You can hang it there. You see the hanger? Because it's going to be hot here, you will discover. Yes. Maybe we should go and feed you first before you come and join us. Yeah, go and feed them first. These are the Nigerian Students Association representatives. Leadership. The future of the country.
So you also have a plan for
Can you imagine? Even Fela Anikulapo put this from there. Yeah, even Fela, all the rebels are from there too. Can you imagine? Activists. You know, if you any prominent Nigeria you mention, maybe 80% are from there. So that should tell you something. It's like Anambra. What state are you from? It's like Anambra. If you get Anambra in Nigeria, finish. Then, just like the Benue people too, Benue, Idoma and Tiv, they are everywhere. You know, Benue people. So many talented people coming from there. But I'm going to have a plan for every state. No, I showed you the way we are going to every state, every town, every. Welcome. Go and eat first, then you can come and join us. Да, тогда пускай сюда идут. Okay. And then I have a plan for Muslims.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to have special crusades for Muslims and reach out to them, but crusade of love, giving them. But she knows Muslims. She's from Kaduna, so she knows a lot of Muslims. We need more shares, right? Do we need more shares? We need more shares. Please come. We'll get them from here. Hi. Welcome. Bless you. You people are late a little bit, eh? Okay, bless you. From 12. That's not too much. And it's 3 now, eh? Yeah, back. Take it back. No, they want to sit at the back, so that's their choice. Yeah, let them sit. Put it at the back if you want.
We made this seats for you guys.
No, they don't want. Just put the chair everywhere. Put them behind. You know the way Nigerians say, not by force? Not be by force. No, we might still need some more. Yeah, bring some more because another car is coming. Yeah. Dewoshki. Akruite Mois nada naveno. Monja bini nada proyecto. Anyway, I want us to go to my blog and open an article. The article for this week. It's called When You Are a Mustard Seed. When You Are a Mustard Seed. So if you are on internet, go to Sunday Adelaja blog, and then we will see when you are a mustard seed.
Or you're looking at Just log in through your Twitter or Facebook accounts. So once you try to get on internet, it will ask, or go to choose the God Embassy. So once you go to the Wi-Fi, choose one and say God Embassy, and then you'll have to kind of complete it. Just log in through your Twitter account, you should be here. Well, there may be a password, but you can also just log in through your Twitter account. Okay. When you mustard seed, you win. Pastor?
Yes. Bro Femi, come and say something. CBC trouble. The guy who are talking about, Satan did what?
Satan has won.
Satan has won at last. Okay, see his reply. When I told him that I've never seen this kind of irresponsible attitude in my life. See what he wrote. Sir.
Sir, I got your email last night and it was very disturbing.
Can you imagine? Huh? Shame.
It's funny.
The fact that I said I will not buy into his lies and into religiosity. That is, call it the way it is. It's an act of irresponsibility for 6 months. What you were supposed to do for a week, you didn't do in 6 months. And you are saying Satan has won? How come Satan? Leave Satan alone from it. It's your fault. That is a high level of irresponsibility. You know what he's saying? He doesn't expect that from me. I'm the one paying him salary. And he's telling me. So tell him. Say, sir.
Sir, I got your email last night.
Yeah, I'm messing up. How can I do that? It was very
disturbing. I couldn't sleep much after reading and replying your email. Well, sir, you didn't have to jump to the conclusion that my attitude is that of irresponsibility. I have managed to keep working under the worst of circumstances. I couldn't keep emailing every now and then to give you unpleasant details.
So I shouldn't jump into conclusion. That is responsible. That's all.
And he still hasn't taken the responsibility.
No.
Yeah, he's still irresponsible.
And you know what I did? I just deleted it from my contact.
When he sent the email, let him return his inbox.
Yeah, there's a way you block him.
So
It
that,
goes back to him.
make sure block him so that this email will return to his inbox. Because this is.
Let me respond to him. I don't know.
Huh?
He's
No,
listening.
don't use him, it's not no point. No bother. Leave it like that.
This is like totally missing.
Pastor Isaac, is that where you're coming from?
Yeah.
So you are used to this kind of attitude? Blame game. That is playing blame game. He was trying it on Satan. Since I didn't buy that one, now he's trying it on me. How dare I say he's irresponsible?
The entitlement mentality.
See, we just believe that, we do everything by faith.
By faith.
There's no place for wisdom, for character, for responsibility. Everything is just by faith.
It's by fake, not even faith. Because
By faking.
Because somebody he says, for instance, I tell him, he says, pray for me because I'm going to write my exam. And I tell him, no. When I pray for you, you don't write your exam, you will fail. You don't read, you will fail.
Yes.
And they say, no, you see, by God's grace, I say, no. When I pray for myself,
By God's grace.
I know. So, but you see, many of them say by faith. They just go about their business and they go.
It's just like, say, the Olympics in London. Nigeria didn't win a single medal. And, and I told all my friends that care to listen that they will not win anything. He said, why? I said, each time they are interviewing the sportsmen and their coaches, they are saying, oh, by the grace of God, just let Nigerians pray for us. I said, pray, oh, no pray. Oh. Some Russians and Cubans who don't even recognize God will come and snatch all the vendors. How could you be going for a competition and be saying, oh, well, by the grace of God, we are hoping? How can you hope? You should be able to know your results, how many seconds you've recorded in the gym, how many or in the training ground, how many results is on the ground already. And on the basis of that, you know it's worth going or it's not worth going, and what will come my way. But by saying, oh, by the grace of God, we hope, we believe, just pray for us, rubbish. The other day we were watching football. I said, we need to do see if they are going to pray. You know, either you have trained hard or not. It's the person who is better, who is skillful, that will win. You've got to. You can depend on luck or on grace or God's blessing, but you know that's after you have done your due process. But without doing your due process, God is just out of the game because the other guys also believe in God or they are dependent on God too. So should God just take side and say you have prayed more?
Remind me a story also.
Huh?
I remember those one who knows boxing. Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather. Like there's a guy, Guerrero. He said he was a Christian, quote Christian. That's God gonna use him to punish Mayweather because he's arrogant.
Oh yeah.
And it was just so funny. The guy was just
He beat nonsense out of him.
I got finished with
They beat the rubbish out of the guy. They beat all those nonsense, all those talk out of his senses. Because the guy has trained, used so many years to equip himself, and now you are coming to say, because you are a believer, it's not unbeliever. It's about skills. Where is Victor?
He's on his way.
He's on his way. Wow. So we have to, until we deliver Africa from superstitions, we will never move forward. The power of superstition is holding us bondage. Joshua, get that one ready as well. The article on superstitions. Because, that is, without dealing with superstitions, and even churches who are supposed to be churches, they are, using a lot of superstitions in their... Okay, for example, I was having visitors from Nigeria visiting me in my house here. And we were going there. I was helping the lady, the wife, to wear the coat, the dress. And, I was saying, let's go. They said, no, Pastor. So I said, okay, what's the problem? You are not going out. So I went, I said, okay, let's go. I was going, so the husband called me, he's a bishop, called me back, Pastor, come back. I said, any problem? You have dressed, you'll be sweating, son. He said, no, come back. I said, okay, I came back. I was saying, is there any problem? No, you don't go out without praying. We have to pray. What pray? About what? Oh, that God, because without God, you cannot do anything. So you cannot go out and, okay, you have to pray that God will protect us as we go out. Because in Nigeria now, there are many people, armed robbers will just stop you, if you don't pray. So we are just living by prayer. So I said, what about here? If we don't have that challenge of armed robbers, still, you just have to pray. You see, that's the problem. All those planes falling down. Because we just rather pray and sit down in the plane. Go fix the plane. Fix it. Armed robbers, fix the insecurity issues. So then I asked, after I prayed with them, I said, okay, now, Pastor, tell me, do you know any Christian in your whole life that also prays, just like you pray like this before he goes out, and that has been killed before? Pastor, there are many. There are many, plenty. If there are many and plenty, so it's not the prayer factor. If you have just been lucky, or your time has not come, it's not prayer at all. So how many of them are there? He said many. Even pastors are being killed like that. So if pastors, they are the ones who taught you to pray, and you are praying, it didn't help. One day you will be killed too, or they will catch you if you don't fix. Go out of them prayer houses. Go out of the building. Take responsibility like we have done here. We have movement, NGOs, just for curbing crimes, for stopping criminal acts. Take responsibility for it, for stopping corruption. Go do something about it. Oh, it's government that said, no, raise awareness. Mobilize people. But we are just praying for me, for God to protect me alone. Fix the whole place so that everybody will be protected. So your prayer is just for you. So as long as you are saved, you don't care if they are killing. And the next thing I heard, thieves came to the house of these pastors.
Wow.
You didn't pray.
Yeah. You know. Over spiritualize everything. Because superstition. Look, I give you. Huh? By faith.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
Like this, there's this issue we talk about faith. I don't know if, a lot of faith, because when people say it's by faith, sincerely it's not by faith, because the Bible says that.
It's by deception.
Yeah, the Bible says faith without work is
Dead.
dead. So if there is no work inside, it's not faith, because faith itself is work. So a lot of people just confess faith, meanwhile no work in it. So if there's no work inside, it's not really the faith itself. So they really don't even know the faith in which I'm saying is by faith. Because if it is by faith, there must be work.
The issue is this. I preached, they stopped my radio program in Benue State because I was teaching and I talked about this half-baked truth that the British gave to us. That they gave us enough gospel to make our fathers pacify, and they could steal all they had of our mineral and went away. And the government got angry. But yeah, about a month later, they released the radio and I was able to do my program. And I said, we have a problem of
Maybe they want to go and eat first. You want to go and eat before you come and join us? Okay.
So I talk about this issue of mistheology. I tell them that a lot of the things we go to learn in the theological school is a framework of Illuminati misinformation. You go and gather this, and then you now come and sit in the Church of Jesus Christ, and you are downloading this falsehood to the people. Because if this theology comes from God, the people will be directed back to God. So we carry this theology, and then we teach people. For instance, if I want to move this chair from that spot to this spot, unless I'm going to use levitation, yes. Because if I'm moving this chair by faith, it will remain there till I leave this place. But you see, we've not been taught that there are certain things, I use the phrase, things you need to pay for. You don't need to pray for it. We are supposed to be told that, okay, I believe God by faith that in the next 5 years I'm going to be here. Now the next thing is a commensurate work, action to take you to actualize that faith.
Plan for it.
We plan for it, but you are told, that's why I bring this terminology of Rockefeller American gambling spirit. You know, a gambling spirit is what we use as faith. You know, people are reading for their exams, and then you are believing.
And then you are believing God by faith that you are going to pass that exam. While others are reading, you are doing what you're doing, believing God by faith. When the examination comes, you don't know what to write. So, but if you have faith in God that God can make it work, then you plan towards it. But you see, we've been given this understanding that once you believe God, but some of us are even expecting that God will come and help us carry us from where we are to where we're supposed to go by faith, instead of going to make arrangement to buy the ticket. So you see us in Nigeria, we've been given, sorry to use the word, garbage. And because we really believe that the man of God is correct, whether it's right or wrong, who climbs.
No matter what he's saying. Eh?
And then you also discover that we have us there as men of God. You see, as a man of God in Nigeria, you're like a demigod. You are like okay, you came and greeted us there, got back. When it was time to pick the chair, you're picking the chair. A man of you can't do that.
What will you do?
He's a papa, he's his daddy. Or
so
his mommy. I mean, it's like the man of God is supposed to be served. You know, I went to a church and then I stuck my shoe in the dust. And I wanted to bend down to clean it. And this young lady came with a rag. I said, please don't kill me. So the bishop.
What did she want to do?
She wanted to help me wipe the shoe. Because dust touches. I said, please. I told her, please don't kill me.
I can do that myself.
I can do it by myself. Presented as we become demigods to the extent that even when God is speaking to you, like I was telling you in the VIP, when God is speaking to you, you dare not open your mouth to tell the man of God, because you are scared of what he will do. So we need to be untaught.
We need revolution. Huh?
Yes, we need to be untaught what we've been taught, and then to now inject the true principles of faith. Faith without work is dead.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So a lot of them have been given that. That's what they're doing.
More people are still coming, right? Yes. Okay.
As you are saying, Pastor, I came to Kyiv on Sunday. I'm from England, and I've never met Pastor Sunday before, so I was thinking that I'm going to fill a form, tell him why I visited, and you know, we played a match on Sunday, as in our under-17. So I went to watch the match as well, and I was surprised that Pastor Sunday stood up and said, "Oh, I think we have a visitor," and he came to greet me. Actually, I was like, "Man of God, greeting me," and we are literally sitting on the same sofa. So he was sitting here, and I was sitting next to him. And the whole thing was strange to me because...
Strange?
Yeah, it's strange.
So normal has become abnormal.
Yeah, exactly, sir.
That is normal human relationship.
I wasn't expecting to sit with you like that because you don't know me.
What's the problem?
The anointing is different.
Sir, you see, we have...
I still don't understand.
It's a class consciousness that the British will give to us.
It's a class consciousness.
How come British?
I don't know if it's British.
This is talking on church. This is church.
No. I'm talking about
religion.
This is what we think civilization is.
What?
Yes. That you know, the British man built a big room, then built a cubicle for his houseboy.
Yes.
So that mentality is what we're practicing in the church. So you show that you are a big, great man when you are up there and somebody, you know, for instance, when I walk among people and they see me in jeans and t-shirt helping, they said, I am cheapening the anointing. They say you are making us too cheap. Because to me, I had...
You know he has to real...
But that's what we are suffering. That's what I'm saying when you come.
No, but he's coming from UK. What's your problem? Your pastor is not doing like that with you?
Well, I've been in the UK for about 8 years, had my degrees there, and I'm still a student. But I realized that the way we think Africa, the way we think in Nigeria is sort of different. The way we see people that are older than us, the way we see men of God is different, really. Because my principal in school, I call him by name. His name is Stephen Jonathan. I call him by name. Stephen, how are you today? We sit down, we talk.
Okay.
But many of you can't do that in Nigeria, really. There is a class. And even in churches in the UK, we especially the black church, we experience that as well. So,
Okay, in your own church, your pastor will not come to greet you and sit you down with him and have fun and.
no.
No?
I had to. So our understanding.
Now I understand. When I try to hug you, he says, he's not hugging me back.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Is that the system?
No.
I was greeting him, trying to hug him. Instead of him to hug me back, he said, he's bending down like,
You are right. You are right.
and I'm saying he's not responding. Why is he not giving me back?
So there's something like this thing is kind of transgenerational. It's been passed over in the church.
It's culture, I think.
Yeah, and that is what is called in Africa mentorship.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what we call mentorship, which is really not mentorship. And that is when you hear a pastor say, my son, my daughter. I was going to this place. This is my son. My son, come here.
Okay.
And the believing, we just lay a hand on you and you'll be mentored. You receive the grace. Yeah. I operate under the grace of, it's true you operate under the grace, but the truth is that the man of God actually don't mentor you in any way. They don't, like, nothing spiritual.
It's not invested in.
Yeah. And then look at what Pastor, who traveled, out of forgotten his name, who said Pastor Great sent him to Pastor Boy, to go and observe what is happening in Nigeria, to come and implement it in the church in UK. And watch when he came back, what did he do? He stopped. Now you don't visit Pastor Great directly. He put all the barriers and all the bodyguards that look at what you realize that thank God he came here. He went to Nigeria, he carried imported it. And now you have to write the list to see Pastor Great. This is what you have to do before you see him. Now when he came here, now he started explaining that now he has taken another principle. So now he's going back to delete. He rewrite what he implemented. And he's passing on, we pass it on to the next generation.
It's pretty much culture, Pastor. You can take the African out of the culture, but you probably can't take the culture out of the African. So he comes here and everything is still there and it's still yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And so we just need to be educated, reprogrammed, and and all the superstitions and all of that would just need to be reprogrammed in our thinking.
Kofi, the guy that was sitting here before, when you wanted to speak a couple of days, he used his left hand to give you the microphone, and you accepted this, and you keep talking. It's strange to me. Like, really?
What happened?
I thought you were going to tell him, use your right hand because you don't use your left hand to give adult or pastor something.
Oh.
So that was
I didn't even notice. I've been hearing that for the first time.
They know.
Yeah.
That was really strange and...
Thank you so much. Well, when you talk about culture, I wouldn't want us to have the impression that everything we do in Africa as a culture is wrong.
Okay.
You understand? The culture of respect is good.
Yes.
Okay.
Honor.
Now, when honor. When it's perverted, is another thing altogether. I think the major thing in the church, I don't just see that in Africa. I stay in America. I see the same thing there. In the church, the big churches that have been existing before I was born. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's not primarily an issue of African culture. Yeah, we may bring in some of our things there also, but I think it's majorly the idea, the misconception of the whole gospel. That is what it is to me. For example, we've come here. We can see, I've never seen the word of God being made manifest the way I've seen it here. I've never seen that being made manifest. Okay? So when I came here, I found out that everything is coming from the perspective of the leader serving you. The leader is serving you. Now, when you become a leader, you want to serve too, because that is what you are being taught, as opposed to So it's not really an issue of culture. I think if we really come to the point where we start understanding the real gospel and what it's all about, it really shapes all these things. So that's just what I want to say. So the African culture is not wrong. The culture of honor is wonderful. And living in the West, there are certain things I see in Africa that I say, thank God I'm African. I'm telling you. There are certain things I see there in the West. I say, thank God I'm African. Okay? So we are good with what we have. We just need to, fine-tune it, the wrong things, leave it, and then pick the right things. Thank you.
I think the biggest problem, whether it's America, London, Japan, most churches now, is it's something that really happened during the time of Jesus as well. Because in Matthew 13:58, it talks about how Jesus could not do many miracles because of their tradition.
I see.
In the church of today as well, the challenge we have is a lot of leaders, they love to be reverenced. They love to be worshipped. And the fear is if I get close to you, you get accustomed to me. And you might lose the reverence you have for me. So let me put a gap between you and me, so that way I hold on to the reverence. So really, they want to be worshipped. That's what's happening. And I think that's the biggest problem. And it's lack of emotional intelligence, because it's about relationship. I should be able to go to a pastor, and you should be able to speak to anybody and feel comfortable, not feel intimidated or feel, oh, he's a man of God, I can't speak to him. And that's the issue. They want to be reverenced at all times. And they are scared that if I get too close to you, then you will lose that respect for me. And I don't want that to happen. So let me put a gap.
Person, I don't know if you remember there was some years ago, maybe 3, so I asked you that is there any discipline in the church, but why is it that things just move the way they move, but we don't see that you don't discipline the people, you don't do this, and things flow, like what you just said. Pastor established a system whereby the principle of the kingdom works. You don't need to force the people to do it. But back home, we use the other principle. And because you're using the wrong principle, you're forced to apply human effort, not the kingdom effort. We have what we call backbench in my country, where in my church, if you did something wrong, we are going to put you behind. You'll be the last person to put your offerings in the basket. Meanwhile, the kind of discipline method, they are different. They discipline somebody in the church, you feel like you're not even in the kindergarten. So,
and if you are adult also.
If you're adult, they escalate you out of the church. They just take you off. If you don't come, you are banned from the church. They are banned more than 5 or more than a lot of in the leadership. They sack you off. So they put all these strategies in place, because what happened is the mistake there is that the kingdom principle actually hasn't been applied. The lifestyle of Jesus is not applicable. Because this principle now, Pastor, the day I asked him this long ago, when I realized that there is no discipline issue, but things are flowing. He received the honor. This is what is it in our midst. He's available to the people, but yet what we give him in return is the honor. He didn't do anything to say, you have to call me like this, Reverend Doctor this. Or you have to, this is when the pastor comes, you have to. Nobody is taught that. But the principle works for itself. The system is
the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So it's not by force.
I want to actually ask about the question, because
They are still coming, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
While he was talking, I remembered a particular situation.
I'm sorry, I will explain the situation we're having here with you. I was having a training for foreigners, for people from different countries, and so we're in the midst of that. So we are going to suspend that when your people come. So we'll focus more on you then. Okay.
Yeah, I remember a particular situation where a pastor, he was talking about this book, the 24 Laws of Power. So I don't know if you know about it. The 48 Laws of Power. And it is actually a Mafian concept. Somehow, I try not to read that book. I've not really read the book. But I captured, I know what he's talking about. It's actually a Mafian concept. Totally demonic. And the pastor read this thing, and he encouraged people to read it, and they tell me to be part of self-development book. And now, what I remembered is why he was talking about how ministers try to put barriers. I remember he was talking about the mystery, the principle of mysticism. He was teaching it to his pastors that you have to be mysterious. That once you lose that mysterious edge, I mean, you can't impact the people effectively. They won't believe you effectively. So whatever you do, you have to live your life in such a way that you maintain that mysterious thing that there's a kind of faith it gives them, you know? So when you become common to them, you lose the impact you have. So that is as a result of people trying to...
And it's a Christian church, eh?
Yeah. It's a Pentecostal church. Holy Ghost power is there. If I may put it like that, it's really a Pentecostal church, you know. So there's always there's this mix of ideologies of, you know. So they're not really practicing the kingdom concept. So I think most of those things, this is where it's coming from, where people read some of this material that are not even Christian and they just adopt it and implement it into a Christian organization and they start working with it. Thank you. So I wanted to ask, the question to that is, I wanted to know your own position on that, especially although by your actions, we already know that, but it may help somebody, you know. Thank you, sir.
The 48 laws of power. I'm familiar with it, but I agree with you absolutely that it's a demonic book. It's a book of manipulation. And it's the direct opposite of what God directed us to do. And it's the direct opposite of what Jesus taught. So it's a way of teaching human beings to lord it over and have dominion over other human beings. In the real sense, in the Bible, we all know that in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, the Bible says that he has given man authority over everything he has created, over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the animals, over all creation and all earth. He gave man authority to rule and to manage everything, to lord it and manage everything on the earth, to have dominion upon all the works of his hand. But the only thing missing in that list is human being, another human. So no man has the right to lord it over, or to have dominion, or to subdue any other man. So what that means is that I, as a leader, my role is not subjugation. In this kingdom, in Exodus, he's talking about the children of Israel, and he was saying that I have called you out of Egypt, out of bondage, out of sin. It's a symbol of Christians. I've called it out so that you might be to me a kingdom of kings. So it's a symbol of what a called out people, the church people, in the New Testament, the shadow of things to come. So in the kingdom of God, there is nobody who is supposed to be a subject. There are not supposed to be subjects in this kingdom. They are only supposed to be kings. Now, there are smaller and younger kings who maybe are still young, maybe they are heirs, or what do you call it? Heirs of righteousness. Yeah. So they are inheriting the position, but they are being trained, but they might be undergoing training, they might be young. The inheritors, they are what do you call it? Heirs? Heirs. But you are mentoring them to get to that place. You are developing them. You are growing them and grooming them into it. So you are not treating them as citizens or as subjects. They are supposed to be, potential kings. So, the role of a leader like me is to help you mature and grow into that position of a heir or a king or a priest that you are supposed to be. You want to hang it? You're looking for where to hang it? There was Pamogite. It shows swobodness to istalane. Uskaj tam paveset. I think you people that are already here, maybe you could move forward so it will be easy. I think you are not afraid of sitting in front. So you people are grown up, so you come. closer.
That's the most important.
No, they can sit there. They can sit there. Anywhere. Sufficient. You people come forward so that they will be more comfortable to sit at the back. So more are to come, right? More people are still coming? Okay. Huh? Just a few more people. This is what? They are coming. Okay. So you have the article, right? You are not plugging it? You don't want to plug it? You might want to fix it so that it doesn't disappoint you in a very interesting place.
It's free power.
Now, I think I suppose, but this is right, but I guess maybe it's true or it's not. But I want to warn you people that have been here, because we have been having Christian meeting, that this other meeting is a meeting of Nigerian students. So in Nigeria, not all of them might be Christians or born again, or maybe they are Muslims and things. So it's more like a leadership meeting, kind of. So she'll bear with everyone. Oh, I found someone who might be taller than you coming. Let me see. Go introduce yourself.
How are you doing, sir?
He's taller.
Someone taller than me.
What's the name?
Fidelis.
Fidelis. You don't play basketball in your own case, eh? Sorry? We are not born that time, eh?
You're a Bello. I'm a great Bellite. Great Bellite.
All the big guys go there, eh?
I was in Block C.
Oh, okay, yeah, now
We should talk.
You are finding your relatives right there, eh? But he probably came to that university about 20 years later or 10 years later. That's 20 years later. He was there 80 something, 20 years later. He was there 81. 80. He's not so young as he looks. Although you could tell by the amount of hair you have left in your head and the amount he has left in his head. And you see the amount of hair in his head? And you can see compared to your own? Yeah, you can see the one that is younger from there. When you leave the amount of years he has lived, you don't have any left. Amazing, huh? Hi, are you Nigerian too?
Yes, I am.
Imo State?
No, sir, Bauchi State, not Central.
Bauchi State.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I was almost thinking that you are an Arab or something. Are you mixed blood? Are you half caste?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your mom is from?
She's from Russia. Russia, Ukraine.
Is that so? What cities did she live in?
She lived in Donetsk.
In Donetsk. Wow. Wow. Amazing, huh? Russia and Ukraine. So you lived in Nigeria all your life?
Mostly all my life, yes, sir.
So you are like Osage, or what is the name of the footballer? Odewinge, yeah. That's a Nigerian that played for that. You know of him?
Yes, sir.
So you speak Russian?
Chuchu.
Chuchu.
Yes, sir.
So she was not teaching you Russian?
I actually was shy to learn. As everybody around me only speaking this. So
Yo, and it could have been an advantage to you.
yes, sir.
But you didn't have your siblings, brother and sister or something at all?
I do actually, but they are very much younger than me.
Okay, yeah, you are the first one. If you had spoken it, it would have helped you here big time. So she was speaking English?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Is everybody here already?
Yes.
Where is Victor? I can't recognize you. You have new hairstyle?
Yes,
Since the last time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can tell. I'm looking at him. I'm saying, you the one or not? Welcome. Bless you. Now, this is the chairman. Is that chairman you use? Is this chairman you use? Or who is your chairman?
President, we have a new president.
You have a new president. Where is your president? What's the name? Olu Soya. Babatokwe. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, let's introduce ourselves. You want to sit close by? Yes, please. All right. Here we are. I thought you were a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Because I've been waiting for you since 12 o'clock.
We are sorry, sir.
That's a little bit late. That's like how many hours? That a little bit? So, and you only have time till 6 o'clock?
Yes, 4.
Till 5?
Some will leave by 4.
4? It's already 4?
Some of them. Others will remain.
But it doesn't matter. It's already 4. That is Niger. At least they tried. At least they tried. They came. They made it. So, will you be the one to tell us about the vision? About your organization, association. Tell us about the vision. Introduce some of your people, and tell us why you decided to come and visit me. You told me all that. You were telling me all that.
Yes.
So, where are you going? What is the whole idea about? What can I add to you? How can I add value to you? And let's start from you. Then you give it to the new president.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for the.
We come here so that they could see your face rather than your spine.
All right. Thank you, and thank you very much for what I will call the importunity, because we always want to have this again. This is the Nigerian Student Association Ukraine. We are a body of Nigerian students.
Is it all over Ukraine? Or
all over Ukraine.
Oh.
Yeah, as much as new associations are coming up in different universities, the more they come up, the more we absorb. And we have comrades here who have, shelved personal interest just to see that the Nigerian student remains as a community. And that's why we have everybody here. And we've commended ourselves, so we want to do it here again in your presence.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the Nigerian Student Association want to see a community of Nigerian students who are together. I mean, not together, not just by name, but in deed. And that is what we have here before you. But we believe that as a growing generation, we have a lot to learn, a whole lot to learn. We we just cannot run without receiving instructions. And in receiving instructions, I want to believe that the instructions or the orientation a person has or an association have will determine the direction in which they go. We believe we could have the much needed speed, but if we get the direction right, we are going to crash. The direction wrong, we are going to crash. So we have looked for elders who we can look up to. And in Ukraine, we see you as not just a father figure, but we are personalizing it now, our father figure. And that's why we came up to you after meeting with the executive initially, and we resolved that somebody of your status, somebody of your caliber, who has contributed not just to Ukraine, but also to Nigeria, because I, as a person, I've been following you. So we felt...
I'm not succeeded in contributing to Nigeria.
No, but what you have done so far has paved some ways and enlightened a lot of people. And we felt in Ukraine, there's no other person who we think right now can be our resident patron but you. So the Nigerian Student Association Ukraine, that's why we wrote a letter, and we feel that being our grand patron, our resident patron, means we can come here every year, immediately after our election, like we are here today, to receive orientation for the next set of leaders who will now take the baton and run with this vision. So that is why we are here, and we believe that there is no limit to what we can learn from you as it pertains the right direction in which we want to steer this association.
Okay. Will you introduce your new president?
Yes, he's Baba Tokpe Olusanya. Before 9 and maybe up until now.
From my village or something. Olusanya stands in Jebu to me. Yeah. I told you, people. I told you.
And we have the new
we might be family members because I have Olusanya in my family as well. Yeah.
And we have a new vice president, and he's Amadi Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Yeah.
Bless you, sir.
So I will leave the rest of the introduction to be done by the president. Before now, I was the president of, he is still the president of Nigerian Student Association in Zaporozhye, while the vice is from Nigerian Student Association Ivano Frankowski. So I will hand over to my able president.
Thank you very much. All protocols being observed. Thank you, sir, for having us here. Thank you. I don't know your name, sir, Maz, but it's really nice seeing great faces and elders amongst us, which I know that we're going to be learning a lot from you today. As the outgone president has said, we've been through so many steps and so many things to be here. But I want to thank God that, yes, we are here. And the Bible says, not of him that willeth or runneth, but it's of him that showeth mercy. Amen. He has shown mercy upon us to be here. And it is with him that we are here. Without him, we are nothing. Amen. Because we are just vessels for him to use. So my comrades, I also want to appreciate them because they have been the one holding their states together. We have from ACOF, please, maybe they should just introduce themselves. My team, I'm introducing them to you, sir. Introduce yourselves and say your name, the school you represent, or the state you represent. Let me start from you, sir.
Good evening, all. My name is Ukasha Ibrahim Umar. I'm the president of
Ukasha?
Ukasha. Yes, sir. Ukasha Ibrahim Umar. I'm the president of National Technical University, Kharkov, and also a member of Kharkov Student Leaders Forum. Thank you very much.
So you are the student of your university?
The president of this university, sir.
Not of Kharkov?
No.
This is structure. There are different universities in Kharkov. So if they have a president from every university, and we have NSA Ukraine, which every institution is under, inclusive of my own state. Because in my own state, we have four universities. But those 4 universities, they are combined into one body, which is Zaporozhye, NSA Zaporozhye.
But do they have a
They don't. I don't think they have. I think you have a forum.
We have a forum.
But you don't have a combined association. So they have individual associations, but they form a forum.
Okay.
All right, sir. The next person.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Philip Opin. I'm the president of Nigeria Medical Student Association of Kharkiv National Medical University.
Medical.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, please get me together for them, please. All right, the next person. Let's make it fast.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anasdon Namdi Kennedy.
Sorry, Kennedy?
Yeah, Anasdon Namdi Kennedy.
Okay, Namdi Kennedy?
Yes. President of NSA, Harkov National University of Electronics.
National Aviation?
University of Radio Electronics.
Okay.
All right, sir. The next person. Sorry, sir.
My name is Mokia Obina Chukwuma. I am the president of ANSUMI, Association of Nigerian Students in Sumi.
You were in Sume?
Yes.
Sume?
Yes.
Did you play football?
Of course, they know.
They won the competition, sir. The last competition we had.
Are you a footballer among them?
You were the captain.
Huh?
No, I'm greater than all of them. I'm the team manager.
He's the one who assembled all of them.
I'm the team manager.
Oh, you are leaving! Safe journey, England! Come, let me give me a hug. Come. And what about the lady has left? Safe journey. Now you need to go be a good ambassador.
Yeah, we will.
Go represent the best that you have received in Ukraine.
Amen.
And I want to hear the report.
You will, definitely.
I would,
You will.
right? And I will not allow you to come back if you don't have some good reports. Okay, I'm going to allow you back according to your report.
Okay.
So safe journey, safe journey. Bye. You leaving too? Woo! Safe journey, man. Safe journey. I'm sorry.
All right, I think we should continue. Yes.
Treta Adeushka. Babusha, paprashaysa, Treta Adeushka. Treta Adeushka, paprashaysa.
My name is Bamiduro Ido Olagoke, the president of Nigerian Student Association, Otava. And and the national secretary of Nigerian Student Association, Ukraine.
Okay, national secretary?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ibrahim Abdul Hamid.
What's what?
Ibrahim Abdul Hamid.
Okay.
I'm the president of Kharkov National Aerospace University.
Aerospace?
Yes.
All right, so thank you very much. The next person.
My name is Precious Onibe. I'm the president of the Nigerian Medical Students Association, Kiev here.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ebu Chulam Uchenna. I'm the president of Tenopio State Medical University, Nigerian Students Association in Tenopio State Medical University.
Yes, sir. All right. Then,
Did the medical school there?
The medical school, sir.
I have my cousin there.
Yeah, Gideon.
Gideon. Huh?
He's the vice president.
Oh, wow. He's been talking to me about you, so that's you.
Okay, sir. Then we have one more person. Yeah, she's not a president, but she's the current.
More important than the president?
Yes, sir. She's the current Miss Ukraine.
Ooh.
Miss Culture Ukraine. Face of Ukraine. So just introduce yourself.
So she's the Miss Nigeria Ukraine.
Exactly, something like that.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Obarike Edna, and I'm the current Miss
Miss Nigeria Ukraine.
Miss Culture Ukraine, NSA.
Brilliant. Pleased to meet
From
you.
Zaporozhye.
And you are the one you wrote about tete-a-tete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Then going to the parliamentary, because we have a parliament section also in NSA Ukraine. The president, Femi, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akinyede Akinyemi Oluwafemi. I am the head of parliament of Nigerian Students Association Ukraine.
Wow.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
You are serious guys, huh?
He has a deputy also in the person of Fidelis. Where is he? Oh.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm Emeneka Fidelis.
What?
Emeneka Fidelis. I'm the Vice President Parliament.
And you don't try to crush him anyhow?
No. Yeah, loyalty.
Are you gentle to him?
Of course, I am. He should answer that himself.
Yeah?
He should answer that himself.
No, you look like a gentle giant to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
You look like a gentle giant.
I am. UI products are gentle.
Hi.
Thank you.
I'm expecting you back with fruits and results. So you come back with testimonies. And then I want to be proud of you guys. So everything you've learned from here, don't shy away from applying them. I've warned you, Pastor. It's going to set you free to use them.
Amen.
Safe journey. Greetings to your kids and to your husband.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We also have our members that came with us from different states to be under your tutelage, to share in your wealth of experience. Maybe can they quickly just go over their names so you know them at least?
Yes.
Name.
Right.
Exactly. So I'll just start from the back. Just pass hand. If you hold a position in your local association, you could also state. Thank you. Just pass, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Choko Chidi Wisdom, and I'm the welfare director for NSA Zaporozhye.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Wadike Kelachi. I am General Secretary, NSA Ivano. Ivano-Frankivsk.
It's like I've seen you somewhere before. I can't remember. No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ayadegu Ebuka. I'm Director of Socials, Ivano-Frankivsk.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dom Chimaifani. I'm the Provost, NSA Ivano-Frankivsk.
Provost?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Samuel Douglas, my name. I'm the Sports Director, NSA Hire.
Okay. What city? Lviv. Kharkov. What do you call it?
Radio Electronics. Good evening, everyone. I'm Awude Oladochun. I'm the Social Director of NSA Kharkov.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Oshilade Olamide. I'm the Director of Sports, Ivano-Frankivsk.
Sorry, please, just pass. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ade Dotson Adegbite. I'm the Financial Secretary of NSA Ivano-Frankivsk.
Are you? Do people sometimes mistake you to the Nigerian singer? Do they mistake you and the Nigerian singer?
Which of them?
No, I don't know the name. Is it Wanje? No, I think either it's Alexandra or Olubumi or Alexandra. Omawumi, yeah. Omawumi. Do they mistake you for her? I thought she was the one who walked in when you walked in. You think you don't belong in Nollywood? Not so much, not so much respect for Nollywood, huh?
Well, I like singing.
Okay, who is next?
Good evening. My name is Emmanuel Okolo. I am the PRO of NSA Ivano-Frankivsk.
Okay. Thank you. So if some of you are leaving, before you leave, hello, Pastor. Yes, I know you that did take a month. Puska is for the marriage. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Fadirak Balumi. I'm the Pevric Starasta for Nigerian students.
Public?
Pevric Starasta. That's first course Starasta.
Pervicus. That's Russian. You are speaking Russian?
Okay, sir. I'm the first course Starasta for
Starasta?
Yes, Starasta.
That's Russian.
Course rep.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just wondering, you speak Russian well or what?
Yeah, I speak Russian.
Okay. That's nice.
I'm the first course star.
So you have adopted from English to Russian?
Something like that, sir. I'm the first star staff for Zabrze State Medical University.
Okay, okay. Now I understand.
Good evening. I'm Chinonso Unyemadu. I'm the PRO of NANS KPI in Harkov.
KPI in Harkov?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Olushola Aboduni. I'm from Archive Aviation Institute.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Odetayo David. I'm a fourth-year medical student in Zaporizhzhia State Medical University.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Susuti Ahmed. I'm sixth-year medical student. Susuti.
Susuti.
Yeah, Ahmed.
Not from Japan, no?
Nigeria. I'm sixth course representative from Zaporizhzhia Medical.
Sixth course. Wow. Well, you look like 16.
Good day, everyone. My name is Hui Boluwasheun. I'm the fourth course representative of Zaporizhzhia State Medical University. Fourth course. My name?
Yeah.
Hui Boluwasheun. But I agree. But I agree.
Huibo?
Yes, sir.
Huibo.
My name is Obiduma Jude. I'm in charge of I'm a welfare officer, Ivano-Frankivsky.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Domchima Ifoma.
Is what?
Domchima Ifoma, and I'm the treasurer NSA Ivano-Frankivsk.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ibrahim Kasim Jr. and I'm from
You're what?
Frankivsk. Ibrahim Kasim Jr.
Ibrahim Kasim. Ah, okay.
And I'm from Ivano-Frankivsk, public relation officer.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. God bless. I want to personally state this. Sir, I've been following you like I'm a loyal follower. Even prior to the election, all your articles, I read everything letter to letter.
Are you serious?
Especially when you're talking about Obasanjo being someone that was always attentive, that Jonathan was someone that was always sleeping. No, I loved your articles so much that I read them over. But they were long ago. But I read them over and over again.
Do you still read them up to now?
Sir, I already know everything, yes, sir. And they actually helped so many people to make
because
decisions.
I keep on writing articles.
I'm following you, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Every week. You even said that even within the week also, you'll be putting up. I follow you so much, sir. All right, so you've been a wonderful mentor to me, even without you knowing. And I don't think a mentor shouldn't know that he's a mentor to someone. So now you're knowing, sir. So you're a wonderful man. And I want to bless God for blessing our generation with someone like you to look up to. When even people of your generation, most of them have failed us. If I can boldly say, most of them have failed us. But at least you're a shining light. Yeah, out of the 100%, I can say authoritatively that we have, let's say, 2% of people we could look up to. Sir, you're a shining light to us. And you're someone we respect so much. And we love you so much, sir. And we hope that today will begin a kind of association, a relationship between us. Not just a patron relationship, sir. A relationship like a father to son and daughters. That if we are coughing, you are also coughing. If you are sleeping, we are also sleeping because we will be one. Whatever we feel will be expressed through you. Because by God's grace, there will be nothing we will achieve in this Ukraine from now henceforth without your touch. I can assure you that, sir. So we'll run to you for advice. I will pray we never fall into a situation whereby it will be so dire that you yourself cannot solve. Because we will be good children.
Amen.
All right, sir. So right now, sir, I would like to. All right, sir. Okay. All right, I would like to hand over to you. No, sir. I would like to hand over to you. Then prior to that, maybe later on, I'll come up, sir. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Get me together.
Yes. You know, if I say I am impressed, it's like saying nothing. I'm deeply impressed by your organization. I'm deeply impressed by your business attitude. I am deeply impressed by your focus and by your passion to make a difference and to build a new country, a new Nigeria. When Victor first spoke to me about your intentions, I just wanted to respect him and honor him. That's why I accepted what he offered me. But I was so used to systemic failure of my people and lack of the ability to be able to actually attain what he announced to me that you are going to do, that you are going to bring everybody together. I knew we only, at least the generation before you, were more used to declarations, talking, but not really doing. And so I was not sure that it was really going to attain that and that was going to be possible. For example, just to counter your own efficiency, there is an organization that was started during Obasanjo's regime that is called NIDO. Okay, then they have NIDO Europe. That is all Nigerians in diaspora, not necessarily students, but these are people living, professionals. And so every year they give award to the top Nigerian in Europe. So this year, they wrote to me that they had selected, these are all Nigerians in every country. So they're having their yearly meeting this year in Stockholm, Sweden. And they take it from different countries. The other one was in Helsinki, the other one was in London. Every year in different places. And they select, one of the things they do in their anniversary, in their yearly convention is to elect the most outstanding Nigeria, and then they give an award more like Nobel Prize among the Nigerians. So they wrote me a few months ago that I've been selected or nominated to win the award. And then, but organization-wise, these are older generation, like you said, my generation. They couldn't, everybody is coming from all over Europe to that event. But, they have to book hotel for everybody. They have to rent cars. They have to, everything they needed to do, they couldn't just pull everything together. So they still want me to come, but I will not go to receive that award because the thing is coming up on the 13th. That's next week. And it's just yesterday I got their final, details of the hotel and everything. And I'm not going to go because I have other plans already. You see, because you don't leave things to the last minute before So what I'm trying to say is that maybe Nigeria might just be having a ray of hope in your generation. Maybe your generation, because with your example at least, because when all the high-sounding ideals that he sounded to me look like it's just the normal Nigerian talk that you will not put. I was even expecting you till the last minute. I was telling my wife they will not come because I was used to those kind of attitudes. People would not come through on what they say. But the fact that but what has impressed me, of course, that I was not too impressed by the fact that you came late. Because you did not calculate your times very well, your timing, which is, of course, an African problem, endemic problem. But you have to still deal with that. But besides that, your organization, the fact that, no dictatorship, that you are able to pass your leadership from one leader to another, that is very commendable. And then the fact that you have the structures in place. I mean, you have PRO, you have sports, department, you have all kind of departments. Then you have every university represented, each person coming from his own university. You have the shatters, president, secretary, treasurer, then the cities come together, then you have the forum, then you have the united, kudos. That is a high. Then you have the beauty pageant. Everything is just beautiful. And you know, I see a great future in you people. And then Nigeria is well represented here. I see Nigerian from the north. Because in most of the events that we have had before, the north was not always well represented. It's only the Yorubas and the Igbos and then the South people controlling all Nigeria diaspora. But you know, seeing Nigerians from the north and everywhere, everybody just well represented and well placed. So you are giving me a promise. I mean, you are showing me a future. And I want to also tell you a little bit about the Nigeria of my dream. I've been living in Europe for 30 years. Next year is going to be 30 years that I've come here. And after 30 years, I beg God to give me the privilege and the opportunity to, at least before I die, contribute something back to Nigeria. Everything that has been happening there has been frustrating, painful, and that I couldn't come to basically and physically contribute. I believe that if I could do at least 10% of what I've done in Ukraine, Nigeria, I'll be able to put smile in the face of a lot of my people. And I think that it will be easier for me to make a difference, not as a religious leader and not just church, but just as a Nigerian. My dream is to, before I die, that God should allow me to bring 40 million Africans out of poverty. So I have a program. I have a microfinance bank that we have floated in Nigeria, and I want to go and resurrect that. I have other things I have in place. I am planning, putting some businesses together so that by the time I leave, the money will not be an issue. So I want to be able to touch every state. I have a vision to build technical colleges because I think finishing and finesse is a problem in our culture in Nigeria, and that's because we don't have the plumbers, we don't have the technical people, just people to do ordinary things. Because all Nigerians want to sit in the office, so I want to start, by the grace of God, technical colleges in every political zones, all the six of them. I want to, by the grace of God, help Nigeria get money from America and the World Bank, and using my connection to fix the electricity problem. I'm believing God that God will help me to raise $20 billion for Nigeria. But that's my plan. So I'm believing God for that. But then apart from that, I want to be able to do things to provide home housing. My vision is to provide 5 million housing for Nigerians. And I also want to be, I spoke to the government, this new government. They want some help in railway something. So I think I'll be able to help with that as well, with the money. So I have a lot of projects. But what will affect you, what I think you might be interested in is, on my getting back to Nigeria, I'm going to announce in all social media, television, I'm going to write articles, all newspapers. I'm going to put paid advertisement out that every Nigerian that has any project should write their project, and I'm going to help them finance it to make Nigeria better. At any project, no matter what project it is. So what I'm telling you that is for you to begin to think. So you might be having ideas or projects or dream for a new Nigeria. No, money will not be an issue. Help will not be an issue, because we are used to a country where people don't help you. But that will change, because I will come, and that's not just for me. Me alone will be doing that. I will, by the grace of God, come back with where is Shudem? It's not. You are still here, okay? Because I was telling you of my plan for the East, and he offered that he was going to help me. So I have different plans like that. So one of these plans is that he's in diaspora, even though he's in America, but he has offered to help me when I go back to Nigeria. And I will find many helps like that from the diaspora. One of the things I want to do is that when I move back to Nigeria, I want to take 2,000 Nigerians, bring back at least 2,000 Nigerians who are in diaspora, professionals, to come back with me. I'm going to guarantee them work and guarantee them comfort so that they're not afraid of moving back. And so that we could, but they must come with projects of how they want to develop their village, their cities, their states, just to make Nigeria better. So I will not come alone. Then I will go back with 200 Ukrainians, and then I will go back with many people from America, Europe, and Western world. You know, as many people who want to move back to Nigeria, I want to bring as many people with me as possible. You know, I want to start a revolutionary, you know, I've done it before. So it's not a question whether it's going to work, it's not going to work. I've done it when I was nobody. When I was just 27, I came to this Ukraine, started a work that, you know, nobody believed in, that anything could work out. By 33, I was already leading the largest multicultural church in Europe. You know, our church, what we have done in Europe, the last person who did it was John Wesley 200 years ago. So before then, Martin Luther came. Martin Luther, you know. So we have been. I know what it means to touch a nation and to turn things around. But now I have even more resources. I have connection. I know people. I have friends. I have projects all over the world, so that we could bring to the table. So get yourself ready, because in my generation, when we finish like that, everybody will be telling you, don't come back to Nigeria. So I'm trying to prepare your mind. Don't be afraid of coming back to Nigeria. I think maybe I will be there before some of you, because from next year I want to begin to try to move gradually. And then maybe some of you will be there before me, but you will not need to be, because what they used to tell us, don't come back. So everyone who finishes here will go to England or Germany or America. They remain. They don't go back. But in your own generation, and since you are serious like this, and you are so focused at, you know, really making a name for yourself, you will have the opportunity to do it, and there will be help with this. And I think the new government that is there now, you know, might be a positive change. A beginning or some kind of beginning for positive change. So I've seen promising tendencies just in the few minutes I've been here with you, in you people, and you are giving me some faith, because before you people came, even not just my generation failed you, okay, their generation too, because I think you are younger than them. Their generation will be generation of people closer to the 30s. Okay. Christians, I'm talking about Christians now, who try to do this similar thing like you are trying to do now. So some Christian leaders, students from Kharkov and other places, came to me, who are pastors, and said, we want you to mentor us. And we'll be coming, is it once a month or so, or once in 3 months, coming down. So they came, they did that for a year, and then they just disappeared. You know, and which means that generation too, that follows me, they are also not very serious. So you could do things better. But that's one of the reasons I thought, you know, these people are not serious. First of all, those people, they were not able to even gather all the people like you have gathered now. They were not able to connect everyone, to build relationships, build bridges, you know, set up systems, structures like you have done. So you have impressed me in that sense. So I think things might be, you know, becoming better with you and your generation. So so what I'm saying is, since you are starting to have positive thoughts about Nigeria, and you know, you're already working towards it, that, you know, be willing to come back, be bold to come back, and know at least if Pastor Sunday is going to be in Nigeria, it's worth coming back, because I will meet you like this, like I've met you here, you know, and we're going to sit down. You know, come with ideas only. Don't just come to sit around. But if you are going to come with, you know, with ideas of what you want to do like this, Nigeria will be worth living. I believe I only need 5 years, you know, to change Nigeria, at least from my own effort and my influence that we are going to use and bring, to change Nigeria from a sleeping or dormant giant to an awakened one. And, you know, I'm going to work with the government. I'm going to work with the Muslim community, Christian community, all of them. I have a program that I didn't mention to you people yet for thieves, because I don't like the attitude of Nigerians to criminals and thieves. So what I want to do, I want to go on television. When I settle in Nigeria, I want to go on television for a week or for 1 month and announce and put out announcement and advertisement for every thief and armed robbers in the country to come to me. I want to be their host. And I want to give them guarantee that no police will be there, and I will call the commissioner of police to sit down with me and say, we are giving you guarantee, to the governor to come, to give guarantee that no, they will not arrest anyone, that they will come. So I want to tell them, you are human beings too, but they have not treated you like human beings. You are Nigerians too, but they have not treated you like Nigerians. They will be calling you by name, criminals. They forget that you need to eat. They forget that you are stealing because you need to provide for yourself. They are calling you criminals as if you are born criminals. Nobody in this world is born criminal. It's circumstances and situations that force people into the evil they have done. And that, so we are going to help you. You need money to eat, I will give you money. You need skills and profession, or maybe you even have education, you don't have employment, I'm going to provide that for you. So I'm going to call everybody, and that is the way, my approach to reducing crime. I'm not going to stigmatize them. I'm not going to say you are thieves, you are robbers. No human being is born a robber or a thief. We are normal human beings. We just need help. If you could be given this kind of weapon, and if you have weakness to steal, you have weakness to do evil. I was also having similar weaknesses, and I was, doing bad things. And God helped me to overcome them. We could also help you, mentor you, introduce you to Christ, and it could change you, help you overcome that weakness. But I don't believe that some people are born to be bad, to be thieves and armed robbers, killers. If we could give them understanding, if we could walk, build a bridge between them, I know it's a new approach to solving crime. But what we have done in Nigeria is that people like me who have houses like this, they have built big walls, compound fences. Some people have now put in electricity, barbed wires. They are disenfranchising us, the poor, because that way you are telling me I don't belong. Because that way you are telling me this is my compound, I've made it. You are poor. You remain in your gutter. You remain in your slums. You remain in your ghetto, and find way of surviving by the way, any way you can. That's not the way to build a better society. And to build a better society, I'm going to challenge the elite also who are doing that. We cannot build wall. They will find you there. They will get angry one day. They will get crazy one day. They will find you there and kill all of you. That is what the story of Robin Hood is about. Robin Hood in England, he did the same thing because he was frustrated. He said, how can in this same country everybody live in poverty and you don't even care? You are just fencing yourself. You cannot fence yourself to heaven. Somebody will climb that fence one day. So if we don't want that to happen, we need to begin to approach the issues of crime differently. So I have plans for Nigeria. Okay, for example, people are thinking about Muslim, Boko Haram people, or something. I have a plan for that, those two. I'm going to go to that stadium, and I'm going to invite all of them. I'm going to say, you have children? Yes. You have children, I want to give all your children scholarship. People will come, not to bomb me. They want me to take care of their children. If I say, I'm going to give all your children, you have wives, they are not working? Okay, we are going to be supplying you with bag of rice, bag of beans, bag of yam every month. So we are going to have a food storage for all you Muslims, even though I'm a Christian pastor. They will not bomb me. They will see. The language of love could be understood by everybody. Everyone can understand the language of love. But our own elite have not done that. They have taken care of themselves. They have lived to show that I'm more superior than you. I am better than you. I'm richer than you. Look at me. And then I have my fence, so you cannot touch me. No, I think we should rather put down the fences and come and approach people and with love, with the little we can do. And I think that new example must be shown. We must show that new example I've done it here where the government hates me, where everybody is fighting me. I've done it still. But talk less of to my own people. We are going to do more than that. And I'm going to have all the resources to do it. This is just for you to have an understanding of my vision for Nigeria. I begin to think of Nigeria, even though I'm still living here, but I've begun to think of Nigeria, and I have plans, and I'm building relationships, I'm building, resources, storages, things that will help me to be able to do this, and even more than what I've told you. I have many more things to say, but these are just things that I think might interest you, that Nigeria is worth fighting for. Nigeria is worth going back to. And you said, I've done something for Nigeria. I'm not yet. I'm going back to do what maybe nobody in the whole world has done before. But I'm used to that. Everything I've done, nobody has done it before I did it. Everybody is saying it's not possible. Well, everything I've done. When I came here, all Russians people were telling me it's not possible to build a church here. I did. It's not possible to build a mega church. Well, I did. It's not possible to make all white people go to church. Well, I did. Everything is not possible. I don't care. When God is on your side, everything becomes possible. It's not. When I go to America, oh, you don't even live here. It's not possible to go and speak in the Senate. Well, I did. Oh, preachers, they don't allow religious people to come there. Well, I'm a pastor. I come and I spoke to all the most powerful people in the world. They are sitting down there. And I did. You're not supposed to speak in the UN if you're a pastor. Well, I did. It's not supposed to speak in Japanese. They are not even Christian. Well, I did. Nothing is impossible. We just need to believe and know and have our vision and, and go for it. And things will work for us. So if you see, I know you need to begin to go. I will give the microphone back to the president. But if you have some time, then I will. Yeah, but if you still, he will speak. Then after that, if you give me more time, then I will share with you some of my thoughts that I might have further about message or leadership or something. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Please jam your hands together for him. Jam your hands together for him. As those of us that need to leave, please let's do that quietly. Thank you very much.
That would be, all of you living, I've written some books. Some of them are in English. So when you go to see that lady and you pick one book as a gift for yourself, every one of you before you go.
Sir, he was talking about, but before I get to that, sir, while we are making you this promise, sir, we will not just come and we'll run away. And so, thank God, next year, we are going to be having a doctor from the United Kingdom coming to speak with us. He's a motivational speaker. He has lots of books written. He's a great man, and he's a man I look up to also. And we are using this opportunity to ask and to tell you also, sir, that you are going to be hosting us and you're also going to be speaking at the program also. If you agree, you will host us in Kiev, sir. So we all converge from all over our cities, and we are coming back here early next year in Jesus' name, sir. If you agree.
For me to agree, I'm not against, at least, but I would need to know some modalities so that I might host you. We have a building, the church building, that is bigger. So if either I'm to host you here or I'm to host you in the church, or I think we can talk about that later on, but I'm not against.
Yes, sir. We'll talk about that later, but now, sir, for your purpose, and I know you're a very busy person, I will make sure you give me the date next year, sir. Okay. And by God's grace, I have great men.
January or February?
January or February. You give me a date whereby you yourself, you have our time. The way you had our time and waited for us, sir. You have our time also, sir. So by God's grace, I have great men, and before them we are promising, because I'm not one with all of us. When I talk, I think I speak for everyone, sir. Am I?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. So by God's grace, we'll come back next year, because we already have a program planned for next year. That's early next year to consolidate on the program.
Doctor? What's his name?
Oh, Dr. Henry.
Henry.
Yeah. I don't know whether you've met him, sir. No, he's a great man also.
Maybe what's the last name?
Dr. Henry, I don't know if, I think, but it's Dr. Henry.
Okay.
He's a doctor. It stays in Northampton. Okay. Northampton. But it's coming around. So I'm just using this opportunity to ask and to tell you that we'll be glad you host all of us once again. Okay. And now, not just executives to be present, but members.
How many days?
One should be all right, sir. Okay. We won't want to take your time because we know you're a very busy man, sir. Okay. All right, sir. Then aside that, sir, I wanted to make mention. Okay, sir. He was talking to me about agents. I don't know if you come up to just expatiate, sir.
Thank you. My name is Todo Isaac. I'm from Nigeria. I had a word with somebody who works with an embassy staff some few days ago. And the staff told me what you students are suffering here in Ukraine. Talk about the way agents deprive you, manipulate you. Your parents don't know what you're suffering in their hands. Sometimes monies are given to them to pay your school fees. They don't pay the school fees. Your parents suffer it again. And I discovered that the reason is because you don't have a very strong relationship with your embassy here.
They were just coming from them now.
All right.
They've started building that.
Good. Because I told her that when I come, I was going to talk to Pastor Sunday. I didn't know people were coming here. In fact, I told her I was going to go to Foreign Affairs, make sure that they begin to talk to Ukraine government on the way they're handling that your parents don't like. So what I want to advise you is that whoever is coming, you're already here. Whatever relationship you have with your agent, make sure the embassy is aware of it. Whoever is coming new, that is coming to this place, the embassy should be able to veto an agent. They should know who is really an agent and who is a fraudster. If you don't do this through your agent, you don't have who will stand for you when there is problem. So you must capitalize on the fact that the embassy is aware. The woman was so angry that the house students, some money, $20,000, $30,000 are used by agents to manipulate people, and they don't pay the school fees. And the students are extradited, what you call repatriated. She was really breathing fire, and I felt you must recognize your embassy, you must work with your embassy, and you must walk through your embassy so that they will stand for you. Like that day when she got there, she called them and told them that they don't know who I am from Nigeria and that they were trying to ill-treat me, and they were afraid. So please, tell everybody who is coming, and those of you who are here, please link back to your embassy. Don't do anything outside their knowledge. You don't play Nigerian behavior here. You know, we have this habit of fire brigade. You're going to do something on Friday, you wait until Thursday midnight, then you begin to rush. No. Take things in sequence, be proactive, and make sure that you are protected by your embassy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, sir, if I can just thank you very much for the observation. I think that has been taken care of. The embassy, His Excellency Ambassador, our ambassador, has been very wonderful. Even Mrs. Luther or Gomode, they are not here, but I can tell you authoritatively, sir, they've been very wonderful. And thank God we have able presidents that they work with, and they call up, like me, for example, they call me that something is happening in my state. Even people that haven't paid school fees, they are not here, but they solved this for me. So they've been wonderful. So I don't know about other states, but I can also say about 2 or 3, okay, they're not here. I don't know for Harkov, but from other states, I get reports. They've been wonderful. Then to the agent, I won't like to conclude on that, but just that most of these people you are talking about, they deliver, but they only take advantage of the situation and get more that they ought to get. So that is an endemic problem that is not easy to solve, because those agents could also be students. They could be seated here. They could be our friends. So how do you want to treat such people? Because they think like you, they know what you know, and they know how to get their ways. So that is a problem, by God's grace, we will solve. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So you still have some time to be behind?
Yes, sir.
So those of you remaining, you are free to be here for some time? Because at least till 6? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, I have so many things in my mind. Before you came, I told Pastor, by the way, will you introduce yourself so that they will also get to know who you are? The people from England have left. You saw that.
Hello, my name is Femi Akinola. I live in Los Angeles. I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for so many years. And sometimes you just you walk and you wonder, are you really doing what you are purposed to
But
do.
before you became an accountant, how did you leave Nigeria?
I played basketball. I played basketball in Nigeria, junior, senior, and then I got a scholarship to come and play at Indiana State University. So I played college basketball in America for 4 years, and then after that I started working. I worked as a campus missionary, and then I started working as an accountant. So I've been working as an accountant. But I came here just because I also want to be sure I know my direction, my path, and walk only in that which I have been created to do. So that's why I'm here.
Hello, my name is John Muzam. I'm here in Kiev. I'm a PhD student in the Economic University. If God's willing, I'll be defending early January.
And a teacher, right?
And I'm a lecturer in the Economic University. I teach strategic management, change management, and corporate management.
Hi, my name is Kofi. Although I'm not Nigerian, but I can relate. I can relate.
It's not the Ghanaian.
I'm not Ghanaian.
Canadian.
I'm from Canada, but my birthplace is Ivory Coast. DJ Drogba. So, it's fake word. So yes, that's where I am from. But I currently live in Canada, Toronto. What do? I do professionally. I do work. I'm a banker. I work in a banking system, economic sanction. And then on the side also I do also venture capital, investment, stock, all the stuff. And I'm here because you get to the age, like sometime in your life where you want to know exactly what's your focus. There's a burning desire for me, for Africa, for my country to make it more prosperous. My biggest dream is just to have, as I mentioned, like getting money from outside you and all things. But I believe that African can have a strong, I will put it like that, a financial power for African people to be able to develop ourselves, not always trying to have money from outside. So this is one of my dreams. So I came here to focus, to have to make sure I have my priority right and walk into what God called me to do. So
yeah, but by the way, you didn't tell them why you are here, how long for. And
oh yes. Yeah, I actually shut down my accounting practice. I left. I vacated my apartment because in America, bills start running. Everything runs, so you have to keep working just to keep it. So I shut everything down. I put all my things in storage, all my storage. I gave up my apartment, so I'm here for 3 months. I've been here 2 months, and so I don't even know actually where I'm going to land when I go back to Los Angeles.
So you just wanted to.
I just wanted to come here.
Yeah.
And just be mentored, be discipled, and just have my mind renewed and focus on what is it I really want to do with the rest of my life. I'm 53, and know exactly where I'm going and do only that which I am created for. And so I'm here just to be mentored by Pastor Sunday, just to walk with him, just learn from him, read some of his books, and just have a mind, and if once you hang around Pastor Sunday quite a bit, you know that he has a great mind, and that he has a mind that can focus and really do exactly what he wants to do, he purposed to do. Some of us, we know what we want to do, but we get distracted along the way. Right? So many things like that. So that is what I want to be able to be focused and do what I'm purposed to do in life. So that's why I'm here. 3 months.
You need to tell them the same. Because people know that you're coming from Canada but why are you here? That's the question in their mind.
Well, we have the same type of story. So actually, I left my job also. Not definitely, just for a short period of time, about 9 months. I'm here because there's that longing, that thirsty word that within me that I need really to walk, as I said, in my calling, it's not every pastor that have a calling, by the way. It's every human being have something that they're supposed to do on this earth. So there's that thing, struggling inside me. So, and then I start follow him like you did. And I realized that this is somebody you can look up to. So I'm here to learn, like from zero. I come like like Paul say, I counted everything as like zero, and then I'm here to learn as much as I can so that I can go there, fire up, and then do what I'm supposed to do. So.
Are you ready to stay here for?
So I'm ready to stay here up to 9 months, depending how. But there's a process. But so we are working on the process, how we can, there's some other thing. So at some point I will see if it's possible even to bring my family here, and then, so that. So we're working on that. So yeah, just to touch on that, yeah.
Thank you. My name is Samuel Abraham. I'm from England. I'm a pastor, and I'm a student as well. I'm a theology student, and I've been here since on Sunday morning. I'm going to stay here for 2 weeks. I want to learn how to do pastoring like Pastor Sunday, because he's achieving results. We can see his fruit. We see his people. He's a black man pastoring white congregation. We can do that in UK. So that's why I'm here. And my biggest passion really is to go back home in a couple of years' time to eradicate poverty.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know if anyone is from Niger Delta around here. Anyone? Niger Delta? Edo? Oh, great. Which side, sir? Wonderful. So I want to start with that. I studied at the University of Port Harcourt. So I believe we can identify. So yeah, I studied geology, and then after I graduated,
come here because I look at your spine.
Oh, thank you. After I graduated, I have been in the pastoral ministry.
You didn't even tell them your name.
Oh, sorry. Chidubem Webo. Yeah, yeah. I'm resident in the United States. Yeah, that's where I'm resident now. But I studied geology in the University of Port Harcourt, So after some years, I am now in the United States of America, and I am married. I have a wife. I have a family. But just like my brothers have said, all of us are in a kind of search. We want to really find out what exactly, we ought to be doing, or if we found that out, we want to know how to do it better. You get what I'm saying? So that is why we are here. And we found out that Pastor Sunday really he knows how to help us to see or to do what we are doing better. And that's why we've left our families. Some of us have left jobs to come here, to just sit here and listen and learn again. I just want to, I don't know, for those of you who are close by, you are studying, I'm telling you, your proximity to this place, to Embassy of God, to this leadership, will do more for you than any other thing. So I just want you to take advantage of that. You guys are very close, probably. I don't know if you pay up to $50 or $100 to come here, but some of us are paying thousands to cross, to fly and to leave everything we are doing. That means there's something. There's something we are seeing. There's something we are seeing that is causing us to do that. So I want to encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity.
Nice that you're talking about that, because but some of them are here for the first time already.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, you guys are so blessed. In short, I wish that I had this exposure when I was your age. You don't know what this can do for you. It can change your whole life. Listen, one of the things we agreed on, most of us, I think all of us are graduates. One of the things we agreed on that what we are learning here is more important. I mean, you can't compare it with our certificates. Are you getting it? So the journey you guys are about to start to get a certificate, which is good, we have finished that journey and we've reached a conclusion.
20, 30 years ago.
You understand that? We've reached a conclusion. That's why we can, invest in coming here, invest time, invest resources. Some of us are here. We have wives somewhere, children somewhere, and they are calling you. What is that thing that is able to separate us from this attachment? And are you getting me? So what I'm trying to say is this is the greatest opportunity of your life. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. This is the greatest opportunity of your life. Be close to what is happening here. Come here, learn. I want to assure you that if you really devote just 1 month of your life coming close to what is happening around here, By the time you are graduating, I mean, you will be something like 50 years ahead of your mates. They will not understand you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Let me just add to what my brother has said. The one thing I appreciate about Pastor Sunday compared to any other great leaders is his desire is to multiply himself in other people, so that by the time he's done and retired, there are 1 million Pastor Sundays walking around. It's not that someone who wants to lord it over people and say, oh, look at so many people who are following me. It's no, he would rather work so hard so he can be irrelevant. But by the time he's done, there are 1 million Pastor Sundays out there. And he's been so good in helping people define their passion. See, many of us, we went to school with the idea of, I want to get a job that makes lots of money, right? So the point has been money. So when money leads you to determine what kind of job you're going to do, and then you get there, and money, once money starts to be the one who's leading you, money can begin to tell you what to do. Well, just start dictating. When money is no longer there, then you find out that what is it I've been living for. So Pastor Sunday helps you define, what is your purpose? Why are you really here on earth? And once you begin to understand that, you start walking in it, you are fulfilled in life. Right? And so that's some of us who we've now worked for that job. We've been an accountant. We've got 2 degrees behind our name. We're now asking ourselves, what really did I go to school and do? What was that for? What was the whole money thing? To what purpose is it that I'm chasing money? Is there any really good, has it done me any good right now after when the market crashed? Where's the money? So there's a greater purpose than money, right? And we've come to realize, so we're now coming back to the drawing board and say, okay, now, what is my purpose? This is the question all of us need to be asking as you guys are studying. What is my purpose? When I'm done with this certificate, what am I actually now going to do with it, right? And so it's a good thing you're here. We flew from Los Angeles 13, 15 hours away, and we left everything behind, but you are here, just like my brother said, and we pray that you will take wonderful advantage of it and get all the knowledge in your school and with Pastor Sunday so that you can be world changers, really, world changers. Change your generation, change the world, change everything for good. My sister. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can come.
Okay, let my sister come and then we'll give it to you.
Okay, my name is Esther Kuganja. I'm Ugandan, but I live in UK. And the reason I'm in Ukraine is searching for knowledge, searching for what I've been missing. You know, Pastor has taught us that at the age of 40, you're supposed to be preparing to die. As my brother has mentioned, I wish I was at your age. If someone repeats that, note it down. Because you learn through someone who has gone. So it saves you time and years wastage in life. My brothers have also mentioned that they've come from far to search for a secret in this place. You guys are here. I know you came to study, but after studying, what? Life is about touching lives. We've learned here in this place how to maximize time, how to honor time, because each one of us has limited time. You may think I'll be here, I'll be alive until 80. You don't know that. At your school, I know you're busy, but find time for self-development. Find time to sit under such knowledge, such treasures in this place that everyone over the world is searching for. So that by the time you finish your school, your plan is already before you. Don't waste time that some of us have wasted it. Don't sit in churches and wasting time and not fulfilling your purpose in life. I'm speaking from pain because I know you're at a place where you are more advantaged than us. Nigeria is a great nation, and God made it that way. the whole of Africa is looking up to Nigeria. You know, if you look at all the big men, religiously, economically, sports, why is it that most of the people came from Nigeria? Why is it now we are looking that God is leading Pastor Sunday to go back? There's something prophetic. There's like something will be ignited from Nigeria that will spread to Uganda, that will spread to all other countries. And you guys, the connection here is that you may be part of this. Yes. Prepare yourself. Balance your life. Don't waste your life.
Sorry, I just spoke about new students. I didn't say anything about myself. From the time I met Pastor Sunday, he just loved me.
No, about yourself, though.
Yes, I know. He just loved me.
Tell your name, at least. Your name, your stage, where you come from, your background.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Itodo Isaac. I said that before. From the first time he met me in Nigeria.
Yeah, but they are all from Nigeria, too.
I'm from Benue State.
Okay.
First time he met me, he loved me. God bless. All right. And then he just made me to see where I made mistake in ministry. First thing, sat under him. I went back correcting it. And I came here because I want to learn more. I want to reach a target. There is a passion in me. And I see that passion in him. So anytime he's talking, even if he sees me, he speaks to me directly. And he helps me. So I said, we have to come this year. In fact, I had to buy a ticket twice. Wow. I bought the first ticket. I got to the airport. The airline, they were making some games. He said, look, you cannot go. You have to go. That means they're expecting me to come here today. I told her, look, let's buy another ticket. We bought a fresh ticket. My God. We flew to this place. Why? Because, so you are here. We're looking forward to how we can get the water to drink. You are by the river bank. So please, I'm prepared to buy a ticket 2-3 times to see keep coming. But you are here. So just make a maximum use of this opportunity. Thank you.
And this is your beautiful wife.
You're welcome. I am Jean Isaac Itodo from Benue State, Nigeria. And this is my handsome husband. I would really like to appreciate you people for the guts that you have to come all the way from Nigeria to Ukraine to study. And I want to apologize as parents that we've not been praying for you. But from here now, I'm going to be doing lots of prayers for you people, even if I don't see you.
There are many more, much more people than... About how many students do we have?
About 5,000, according to...
5,000?
Yes.
Told by the embassy that you're about 5,000 students.
Recorded.
Official.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I see.
So we came all the way from Benue State, Nigeria to come and sit under this ministry. But what I have realized the few days that we've been here is that I have been living in a lie. That is, we in Nigeria have been living in a lie. We tell ourselves that we are doing ministry, we are doing work, yet we are not doing. We are living a life of fiction. We are living a life of rocking. You know, there's this American rocking set. You see it? You can rock from morning till evening. You don't move. But you enjoy yourself, only you, because you are rocking on that set. But the person that is moving and taking a step of faith or taking a step to do something is going further. Person can walk a long distance. You that is sitting on your comfort zone, you are rocking, you are not making impact. You know that's it, I'm sure. No progress. So we've lived this life for years, for decades. But since I came here a few days, I've learned that I don't have to lie to myself. I don't have to sit and rock the seat and not make impact. The reason why I'm here is to learn, carry, make use of what I have learned here to impact my generation, to impact the youths in Nigeria who are killing themselves. They call themselves cultists. I'm sure you've heard of that. So I have been very burdened to carry what I've learned in this environment to take it to the youths in Nigeria. Even if I can start with my neighbor, just one person, before it can spread. If I think of how he has made it, and the impact is so wild, I'll be tormented. I know I can't do it, but I can take a step by using just one person, and I know God will multiply it. So I'm trying to tell you, please don't live a lie. Don't live a life of being a liar. Don't lie to yourself. Move out of your comfort zone to do something better. You know, when you see the youths or people who travel outside our country to other countries, we only see them as people who bring dollars, people who have made it. And we kill you, we leave you there. Some of you, you pass through what we can never imagine. You can never tell us because you want to live higher than the rest at home. But please, I want to encourage you. Do not stay in that comfort zone. Do not live in that lie. Come out and see real life that God gives. Life in abundance, not life with fiction. Not life with secrets that will blow you away. Love that they show here, their love go to deliver many. Love that you can give, you may not receive, but love that you give to redeem another person. That is what I have learned here. Love that does not wait to be given sweet. You are given bitterness, but you still give sweetness to others. That is what we came to see here. He has been paid back with the other side of the coin that is not sweet, but still, he still loves the people of Ukraine. You understand? He still made it possible for house lot of whites, open hands for them. If he's a Nigerian, a true Nigerian, he is not a true Nigerian, he's a godly Nigerian. If he's a true Nigerian, from my own country where I'm coming from, he would have just pushed it everybody and walk away. But I've seen that this is not a life of walking away from those who hurt you. It's a life of bringing armed robbers. They are armed. People who are armed, ready to kill you, to destroy you. You still give them the opportunity of coming home. He told me that the day he came, he just welcomed him. He told me that this guy doesn't even know whether he has a gun in his pocket to put on his head. But because of the liberty that he has in his heart and the free gift of God, which is love, he welcomed him without no barrier, without, like, this guy could be harmful. I don't know whether you are getting me. You have an opportunity to meet a man from the throne of God, whom if you sit under and you come down to your nature, you will benefit a lot. We've been saying we would have loved to have brought or bring our children, we have 5 daughters, to spend these 2 weeks with us here.
Yes, we have to do it.
But we didn't have the opportunity for now. But we are believing God that they will come. Amen. So that this thing that you are thinking is just free, that we are getting it very hard. They too will come and eat out of this particular pot that we have enjoyed for a few days. So please, come down to a natural level. Don't tell yourself lies. Face reality. I'm talking of reality of life that will give you more than what you are looking for as a certificate, so that you can benefit from this throne. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Bien Sufficient. I also studied here. I think some people here might know me, basically. I finished from Tennessee State Medical University last year. Yeah, basically, it's been a wonderful experience working with Pastor. Actually, I never planned to stay in Ukraine one day after my graduation. I had a lot of plans to finish up, go do my specialization, and start working, and the process was on. You know, but before I graduated, God told me about going to learn from him and everything, but I felt it was just a 1 month, 2 month thing. So that was actually what I wanted. So I did that, visit few weekends, and I thought that was it. So my goal was to go make money and all you could ever think of. Yeah, but God have a way of doing his own things. And to God be the glory. The Bible says many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's the purpose of God that supersedes it. The experience I've had with pastor, I don't think there is any education that would have given that to me. But pastor, I would say, is one man that is among the few 3% in the whole world that has really made it. But even among the 3% in the world, he is a different species. Because if you look at most of the people that have made it in our world today, they have specific areas of their specialization. You talk of the Bill Gates, there are one things they are good on, they are good in this area, they are good in that area, they might be billionaires, yes. But he's just one man I have known. I don't know if you've seen any other person who is complete. I wouldn't say, I don't know how to put it. Family is intact, ministry is intact, business is intact, like he knows everything about everything. And it's not just about ministry now, but about life principles. And what I have gotten working with him has been a shift of mindset. And it's not every time in life you have the privilege of getting to meet the top 3% people in the world. I don't know if there is any one of us here who have opportunity to get training from Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or the rest of them. I don't think. Even if you have the privilege, not all of them, I don't think any one of them will open their heart just the way he is, trying to reproduce himself in you. That is something that is very rare. He's the only person I've heard of that in 3 years could produce 200 millionaires from nothing, from zero. I mean, drug addicts, transform them to millionaires. And yeah, so if I'm going, I wrote him something. I said, I don't know what is the definition of other people concerning greatness. But when I speak the word greatness, you are my example of what greatness is. So his impact in my life has been transforming. And I don't know, I just say that life is predictable. It's more like you have a whole life ahead of you. It's like you've been given the blueprint. I just know I can't fail. I don't know how to put it. So I know my stepping out of Ukraine is just to put the blueprints in place and do what I'm created to do. So it's not just about medicine now. That is just by the corner, but there is a bigger picture. Yeah. And you not just that you have a vision or you're believing by faith, but the know-how is there. What to do, and how to get there. So there is that assurance, there is that peace. Finance is not the problem now. It's more like everything is achievable. Why? Because I've been able to live with someone that I have done it. I could see it. I could see the applications. It's not just theory now. It's practical. It's tangible. It's obtainable. So if there is anything I will talk to you about is grab the opportunity you have. It's a great privilege. Not everybody has that opportunity. Not everybody in my set had the same opportunity. I almost missed it, if not for God's grace and intervention. And there is no specialization, no degree I would have gotten from any university that would have given me the experience I have now. I'm talking out of experience. I'm equipped. I'm not there yet, but at least I have a sense of direction. So make use of what you have and take advantage of his presence with us.
Okay. Joshua, you want to introduce yourself? Babusha is here.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Babusha Chawai. I'm from Kaduna State, Nigeria. And, well, wow, okay, it's happening. Okay, I have this wonderful, the most wonderful opportunity to be with Pastor. I have known him for a very long time, but I have never been close to him like this time. He used to say I run away from him. And it wasn't intentional, really. But at the end of the day, they said, you can run, but you can't hide. So I am grateful that I'm finally here. There is no doubt about it. Learning is like an understatement. You can know it all. There, as Sufficient said, there is no education that can compare to being around him. You might know, you might have all the ideas, but he can help you to connect the dots. So what's the point of you having the knowledge, the power, and everything when you can't connect it? It doesn't make much sense. So yeah, he is beyond great, definitely. He is beyond a teacher. There is no any other teacher you can compare. You can have mentors online, but imagine you living with that mentor, like you see him every day, practically, literally. You walk with him, and you learn. But there is something about him. He sees you. He sees you. You are transparent to him. There is nothing hidden. I don't know. It's a gift. It's the most wonderful thing that attracts him, that I get attracted to him. You are transparent. You don't even need to speak to him. You don't even need to introduce yourself. You're just sitting down there, and he's just reading everything about you. And the moment you open your mouth, he can just tell you da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, okay, how? So it's really awesome and I'm honored to be around him, and I'm still looking forward to learning more and, gathering more, but mostly to have most result ever. So if you guys are here, trust me, you are at the right time, at the right place. You can, it's just not like, okay, let's go to this meeting, okay, let's meet him, okay, he has said it, okay. No, truly, it's not one of those okay. This is the real deal. He is the real deal. So anything you can grab, you grab. And don't just grab it, move on. Grab it and make sure you make it, become real. If not, as you will miss it. And that would be really, really painful and a shame. Thank you.
What school?
My school.
Yeah, what are you doing? PhD.
I am a candidate of a PhD. I was supposed to have defended, but some complication along the way. And it is really painful because that was not the plan. But at the end of the day, every disappointment is a blessing. If I have defended, I will have gone and I would not have been here. So all this while I was seeing like, I have not defended. Why? I was so angry. But now it's like, okay, I've not defended, but I'm here. I'm even doing something even more than the whole PhD thing. Yeah, so it's really awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joshua Matare. I'm from Bayelsa State, Nigeria. I'm a graduate of National Aerospace University, Kharkov. I finished last year. I can see some of my guys here, a couple of them. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's the president, Ibrahim. And then the other guy, I've forgotten his name now, Shola. Yeah, so we were together in school. I was planning to go to flight school from here. I just wanted to spend maximum 4 months. I was also a pastor, or I am a pastor, and I felt like I knew what I was doing, and I ran into some issues, and I came to him, and he just made it look like it was nothing. And I said I would just spend maybe 2-3 months, maximum 4 months, and then I'll go to flight school. Well, that was approximately 14 months ago now. So you can see how great that plan is working out. And that's because when I came here, I thought I understood what life was about. I thought I understood what I was supposed to be doing, and I knew all that it takes. I happen to come from a family where my dad is a pastor, and he's been doing that all his life. So I felt he was just another pastor, We're used to the whole ministry thing. Well, I was wrong. When I got here, I found out that he was not just a pastor, and I said, okay, let me see how I can learn. When I started talking to my own mom, she was like, it's like you should stay a little longer there, because I've not been to Nigeria for the last 4 years, and I'm not even interested in going back anytime soon, because I'm not interested in going back to a country where I'm not going as a solution to problems. So when I came close to him, I began to see that success is something that you can predict. I began to understand the principles that the guys who are on top of the world, who we admire on the internet, how they actually got there. He demystifies the whole success thing, and he actually can give you steps to which you can get there. So I was like, okay, I've been in school. Yes, I want to fly, and I found that I'm not even going to fly anymore, at least for now. And when I told my parents, that's all I've wanted to do since I was 5 years old. When I told my mom that I don't think I'm going to flight school anymore because that's not what God wants me to do, she was shocked. She couldn't believe it. She said, I think I need to talk to your dad. And then she said, you wouldn't believe that Joshua said he's not going to flight school anymore. And my whole family was in shock. When I came to him, I discovered my purpose. I started understanding life on a whole new level. I started understanding basic things. There were like some superstitions around my life. And I began to understand that, look, these things don't have any hold over me. Because I was living in some kind of fears because of where I come from, because of the challenges my parents faced, and all of those stuff. You know, the way we are in Nigeria, you could feel like, okay, there's this guy who is doing this to your family and all of that. But when I came to him, he made it look so ordinary. And then I was like, okay, maybe I need to be here longer. And then as I started walking with him, I started seeing a lot of loopholes in my life that I didn't even know were there. He has a way of making you to just see all of the stuff that has been hidden. You might think you're okay, you might think you're fine. The first week, it will go good. The second week, the third week, then from the fourth week, you start discovering that, look, probably I'm not as good as I thought. And then all your weaknesses will begin to show up on a very big screen. And then you will be left to face the reality of your life. So that's what has been happening to me. I'm not going to be living here anytime soon because I don't feel like I'm done with what I came here for. And I stayed here for years. The first time I met him, he told me what God said, and he told me to come for training, but I didn't come. I was just running around in Kharkov just thinking I was doing ministry. But then now I'm here, and I thank God for this divine timing. I almost missed it as well because I was on my way out. If not that God stopped me and made sure that I came here, I would have just become like a biomass. I would have just joined them in Nigeria, just jumping from pulpit to pulpit or from church to church doing some kind of ministry. Or I'd have been in the US just trying to fly some plane. But God brought me here because he wants me to make a difference in the world. That has always been my passion. When I read his Wikipedia profile before I came here, I said, he's the only person that I've seen that is like this, because I had this picture in my mind, and I said, I don't see anybody anywhere who can teach me to do what I really want to do. But the day that I really took time to check him out on Wikipedia, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to change lives. I want to be able to impact people. I want to be able to put God on the world stage that no one will be able to deny. I want to be able to stand with the best people in the world and make them look like dwarfs because of the God I carry. So this was part of the passion I had, and I saw that he was expressing that. He does that everywhere. Imagine, I saw that he spoke in Japan. I was like, what does a pastor go to a country that is Buddhist and then speak to their parliament about? Like, what do you have to offer them? And when I look through everywhere, I see how pastors just open the Bible. I'm like, these guys will not listen to the Bible. So what is it that he's telling them? So I was so intrigued about his life, and now that I'm here, I can find out what it is. So you guys are extremely lucky to have come here. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim. I know Ibrahim is a Muslim sitting over there. It doesn't matter where you're from. He has guys who he mentors who are Muslims as well. But he's not the religious kind of pastor. He's somebody who is real, who is down to earth, and he gives you what you need. All he's interested in is impact. He's not interested in you coming to his church, his denomination or something. No. He wants results, and that's what matters the most. He's the first person that I've seen that has a plan for 300 years from now. Have you ever heard that in your life? Like somebody who is saying 300 years from now, I'm writing the blueprint of what the world will look like. And he's birthing ideas. So I'm like, well, I think I need to be here. Whatever else is happening anywhere around the world, yeah, it can wait. I'll come. I was telling somebody yesterday who was asking for my contact. If I was on Facebook, I was like, no, I'm not there yet. I go, in this day and age, no Facebook. What of WhatsApp? I showed them my phone. I'm using a very tiny Samsung. They're like, wow, this is strange. I was like, yep. Mark Zuckerberg is almost my age mate. He's a billionaire. I've not got $10,000 to my name yet, and I'm supposed to sit on Facebook doing what? When I look at my phones, browsing WhatsApp, those guys are billionaires. What am I doing? So I'm like, I'll keep all of this stuff by the side. Later in life, when I can use them as tools to influence lives, then I would use them. But right now, all they are just distractions. I'm not interested in taking pictures. I'm camera shy. She has tried a lot of times to take my picture. I was like, if you take my picture, who are you going to say you're taking it with? Some people say they're going to take it for the future. I say, oh, great. But right now, all I want to do is just work. I just want to work hard on myself. I just want to build up my personality, and I just want to give him back everything he's given to me because he just accepted me with open arms. He's somebody who you hardly believe will talk to you. We're Nigerians. We know how pastors of his caliber are difficult to see. But he sits with you, he high-fives you. At first, you feel like you're dreaming. But with every passing day, you begin to understand that this stuff is actually real. And he gives you whatever you need. If it's money, he gives you. If it's advice, at some point he told me, he said, look, Joshua, he was talking to I, Sufficient, and somebody else. He said, if you guys want, I will love you. I will give you money, send you away, you'll be happy, or I'll just love you as a family. But if you want to walk with me and to run with me in this world, you have to improve yourself. So whatever you want, he will give to you. If you want money, he will give you money. He will tell you, look, I even prefer to give you money than spend time with you. What he's doing now is the most expensive thing he can do. He said, I would prefer to give you money because what I will do with my time will be more than the money I will give to you. So please value this time. Come back whenever. Don't stay far away. School is good. It's the foundation, but there are many other stuff that you need. Last week, my brother got admitted into Lagos School of Law. And my mother was so happy, but she said, Joshua, please talk to your brother because he's done with school. But when you guys talk, I can see that it's like he has not even gone to any school at all. I was like, yep, I'm learning from the best. That's why. Yep. And she said, I know the difference between the you that was talking when you were in school and the you that is talking now. So she said, please talk to your brother, call him, whatever you can do, just do. He's getting the best education Nigeria can offer, and he's going to leave after that. But my mom can see for herself that, look, this kid has a lot to learn. So you guys are in the right place. You guys have done awesome coming here. Please keep it up. If some guys are going to be slacking behind, let it not be you. Stay focused. Whatever your dreams, your passions are, just follow through with it. Take time and learn all the hard stuff. Don't do anything that is easy. Trust me, it's nice for you to be in this position of power. You know, you're the president, or you're the PRO and stuff like that. All these guys you're seeing that are senators in Nigeria fighting each other and throwing chairs at each other, that would be you one day if you don't learn the basic principles of character right now. It's easy for us to look at them and judge them, but one day you're going to be in their position. And what are you going to do differently? It's the value systems of a country that determine the kind of people it produces and also its leaders. So if you're going to be different, you need to begin to learn from now what you need. There's no woman, no man. I'm happy that there are some ladies here. Even the beauty queen is here. It's good. We all need this stuff. We all need this stuff. We are the future of Nigeria. 10, 30, 40 years from now, some of you will be on posters voting, vote for me as president of the country. And I want to be able to say, I know that guy. He learned in Ukraine. He's somebody who I can vouch for his character. So please, your tomorrow has started today. It's not just about school. Trust me, what you're doing here is not just school. Out of 5,000 students in Ukraine, just count how many of you are in this room. God has picked you out for a reason. Please don't keep yourself out. Just follow through as best as you can. And I believe that we will be on top of the world one day because that's where Nigeria is going and we all are Nigerians. Even those who are not Nigerians now want to be like Nigerians. So let's keep the flag flying. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, let me give you this one. Okay. Do you see up time? Yes. Are you sure? Okay. Девушки, есть ли эти печенья, которые вы раздавали вчера или уже все? Вообще не будет, да? Хорошо, тогда надо... Okay, so that you will be able to eat after. This one is better. Okay. I have 3 thoughts in my mind that I wanted to share with you. And if you know me, people who know me will tell you that I'm always having a lot of things to share with you. But since you are going to be here just for this meeting, first of all, I prepared a teaching about leadership. But you can read books about leadership. Then I wanted to share about superstition, that for us to liberate Nigeria from dependency and backwardness, we need to be set free from superstition. So that's another thing I wanted to share with you. Then I still mentioned another thing. Then another one I wanted to share is about mustard seed. But I will not share that because I wanted to share the mustard seed when the people who have gone from England, from other places were here. So that's another. So I've mentioned 3 already. But the final one I've settled for is because of your organization that I noticed. And the fact that you are really representing Nigeria and building a new Nigeria. So I wanted to talk about the power of Nigerian unity and the why Nigerian is worth fighting for. Something like that. So why Nigeria is worth fighting for? Do you think that is something that, or what would you people like to talk about? Superstition? Okay. Superstition, all right. That is one answer. You have many. You have leadership. You have the power of the mustard seed. That is something small that can grow to big. And you have superstition, why a nation can never come to development and civilization without overcoming superstitions. And then you have, why Nigeria matters.
I think we should go for leadership.
Okay.
A little of mustard seed because it will help our association.
You want to have everything little by little. You don't have the time.
And why Nigeria is worth fighting for because that's a big
Huh?
we need to take a census here.
Yes.
Whose train is leaving soon? So we cannot.
Who is leaving?
What time is your train? By 7. Okay, I think we'll go for leadership and continue.
Who is going at 7? Okay. So you okay, let me start then by, so you want leadership. What I will do is yes.
Maybe for each section, you should just teach for 45 minutes, then maybe 10 minutes of interactive section.
Oh, maybe we should just do interactive session.
No, I think you teach us first,
Okay.
interactive. But we would love to start with leadership because most of us here are leaders in one capacity or the other.
You are all?
We are all leaders.
Okay. So leadership first, and then we could talk about other things. Okay. So let's do the leadership. All right, leadership. I'm sorry, we are not going to listen to you right now. I think I will sit on top here so that they could see me. Now, it's good that you are all leaders. My friend, my good friend, John Maxwell, put it very well, that everything rises and falls on leadership. When things are falling apart, when there is failure in an organization or society, that failure started with the leadership. When there is failure of leadership, there is failure of everything. Things fall apart when leadership failure is recorded. But everything also rises on leadership. So everything does not just fall on leadership, but it rises on leadership as well. When you see great success, it's because you have a great leader in place. And leadership, is important for what works, and leadership is also responsible for what doesn't work. So for everything in life, the key thing, a major thing that is needed is leadership. For any success to be recorded, leadership is needed. For every human endeavor, leadership is a must. So if you really want to work on yourself, one of the most important things you could ever work on is to perfect your leadership. You perfect your leadership quality, learn the act of leadership, learn to be a leader, and practice the act of leadership. Leadership is not just a requirement for success. Leadership is also an inevitability for progress. So, leadership is the skeleton and the heart of every organization. Leadership is the skeleton and the heart. In my own life, I will tell you that that's the only thing I do right now. As a pastor, I don't do much of preaching anymore. I don't even do too much of teaching. But I develop leaders. The best leaders are leaders who don't just lead by themselves. The best leaders are leaders who are able to grow other leaders and develop them. As I've been here this week with people from different countries, some of them have asked me the question of the role of the husband in the family. And to be specific, one of them actually asked me a more direct question by saying, the Bible does say that the husband is the head of the wife, or is the head of the family. And that how do I understand that? So I give them my own understanding of I give them my own I give them my own understanding of how I understand this phrase in the Bible that says the husband is the head of the family. I told them that, yes, it is true, but in my own mind, and reading the Bible is and understanding Christ as an example, being the head of the family means you have to connect that scripture with other scriptures to understand what it means. Other scriptures says, who does the Bible call the head? In Matthew 20, it said, verse 20 to 28, it says, the head, any one of you that desires to be the head must also be the least. If you want to be the first, you must be the servant of all. If you want to be the head, you must be the least. If you want to be higher, you must be low, become lower first. If you want to be great, you must be less. So each time the Bible tells you that you are the head of something or an organization or family, what it's actually telling you is that you must be the chief servant of that organization. Because the head is actually the servant of all. Who is the first should be it should be the servant of all, should be the least of all. So when Bible calls me the head of the family, it means, oh, I got the picture. I am supposed to be the chief servant looking after everyone else. Because even in that same scripture, it says, in the world, leaders lord it over their subordinates. But he said, but with you, it must never be so. A leader is not someone who rules over other people. A leader is not someone who lords it over other people. Great leaders who really become great are those who have been able to understand the concept of Christ, which means when I'm a leader, I serve and I gain my authority by showing forth myself as the greatest servant for all. So, as a leader in my family or in my church or in my organization, my authority comes by continuously demonstrating an attitude of servanthood. So, my ability to serve, to submit myself to others, howbeit willingly, is what determines my authority. So, for example, there are two ways you can gain authority. One way you could gain authority is to get a position. I'm the president or I'm the chairman. So that's one way. So it's a positional leadership. So when your term expires, you step down and nobody recognizes you again. But you could also get leadership by even not occupying any position, but by being the first and the quickest to go to meet the needs of others, go to serve the interests of others, go to offer people what you could do for them, go to lend people help, and go to tell people that you are here for them. Offering, you can be a leader just by saying, here I am. Whatever your need is, I'm here to fulfill and meet them. You could be a leader by just offering yourself to become a ladder for other people. Put yourself on the goal for that people want to achieve, because a ladder is always oriented at a goal. Because why do you need a ladder? Because you want to get somewhere. It's a goal. So if you really want to become a leader, help people find their goals. Give people orientation. And whenever you help them find out where they're going, or maybe you discover if they already know where they're going, help them to get there. You are from Africa, you must know what a ladder is. A ladder is always leaning towards the wall or something, but someone is climbing it to get to somewhere. People don't just climb ladder for fun. Ladder is not just something you could just go, you don't have anything to just go, I'm not going anywhere to climb looking for ladder. You will not look for ladder until you want to go somewhere. That is the perfect picture of a leader. If you really want to become a leader, become a ladder. Want to become a leader, become a ladder. What does that mean? You are taking people to where they want to go. The greatest leaders in life are the people who discover what other people need and help them get it. The greatest leaders in life are people who discover where other people plan to go to and help them get there. The greatest leaders in life are people who point the road and the way to people for them to go to where they need to get to. And then the greatest leader is actually the one that helps people to discover that they are not just here to wander around and beat about the bush, but that there is purpose to life. There is direction to life, and helps them to find that direction for themselves. That's what it is. So, I mean, that's serving. You are doing that by serving. But at the top of it all, a ladder, what does he do? And this is where it's most difficult for especially people in Africa to actually become great leaders. especially, because of our culture. Our culture is such that when you are a leader, everybody must worship you and serve you. But real leader, as a ladder, what it does as a ladder? When you are a leader, is it the ladder that climbs on the man or the man that climbs on the ladder? Aha. So can you imagine that you as a leader, you now say, I'm in the ladder. So ordinary people who are nobodies, you must offer yourself for them to climb on you. To come to, not your fulfillment, to come to their fulfillment. Not to fulfill your goals and your program, but to help them fulfill their agenda. And they must be using you to do that. So that is what is difficult for a lot of people, because to be a ladder, you must offer yourself free of charge, free will, voluntarily, to lie down like this on the wall and they make you climb it. Oh yeah, come on. Where do you want to go? Okay, take me there. Let's go. We're going to help you. That is what it means to be a leader. So that means, not physically climbing on you, but you must build infrastructures around yourself. You must have systems in place whereby people climb, the works of your hand, that people climb on to go to where they want to get to. So, for example, when I wanted to build this house with my wife, because we had been married for a number of years at that time, and she had always, preferred, we were living in an apartment for maybe like 14 years, and different apartments. She had always said she wanted a home, and I'm the husband, so I needed to get a house for her. But the problem with the house was that, our picture of a house was 3 bedrooms apartments for us and 1 bedroom apartment for guests, for visitors, for guests who will be visiting us. So that's what she was aspiring for, and get a house, get a house, get a house. And I told her, Princess, I am so kingdom in and out. I am so addicted to God's principle and God's mindset that I cannot just imagine. It says when God sends rain, He doesn't send rain to His own family only. He sends rain to everybody. When He produces sun, He provides sun, not just for the good or the, or the kind. He provides for everybody, When He created the planet Earth, He makes conditions suitable for everybody to function. He gave gifts to men. That's the kind of, God is like that. He is so loving to the fault. He's so kind to the fault. So I said, God said we are going to be blessed by Him. But the purpose of Him blessing us is not just for us to be blessed. He says, I will bless you so that you will be a blessing to other people. So the purpose of Him blessing me is to become a channel. So if we are going to build a house, we must build a house in such a way that we will still be that channel. So that it's not just me and my wife that is blessed. Oh, because my wife is thinking, okay, 1 apartment for us as a husband and wife, then the children, another apartment, then we have another extra one, then just one for the visitors. I said, I'm thinking the opposite. So it took me longer. It took me 15 years to be able to come up with it, to be able to gather money for a house. And I could have done that after 5 years, maybe, after 6 years, maybe. But because I would not settle for a house, 3-bedroom flat and 1 toilet, one guest room, so that you'll be waiting. You say, okay, the visitor is in the toilet. Okay, we'll wait, and then after that you go. Okay, who is in the building? That's the kind of house I vision. If I'm being blessed to be a blessing, then I must come up with an idea of a house that will allow me to occupy 10% and then be a blessing to greater people. So my wife couldn't just understand. So what I did was, I finished building the whole place before I brought her here for the first time to see it. She was shocked. How will I manage it? You don't need to manage it. People are in place. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that a leader is somebody you are the leader, if you are the head. So if I'm the leader, I am thinking, how can I serve with everything I have, in everything I do? I offer my house to everybody. Come and live. Come and stay. Want to stay for a week? Please. Want to stay for a month? Please. There might be some rules, because otherwise it will not be enough for everybody. But put some rules in place, put some order in place, and then serve with your own even house. That's when you're a leader. I used to have a Mercedes-Benz, then I used to have a Jeep, then I used to have a Land Rover. I got this message get into me more. If I'm a leader, the sign of a leadership is that you are the least. You wants to be the first, must be the last. Wants to be the head, must be the least. So how can I show that I'm a leader to? Because what does a servant do? If you want the servant of all, if you want to be the leader of all, you want to be the servant of all, I must serve with something. I must use what I have to serve. So if I'm going to have anything, as a leader, I'm not just serving in church. I'm not just leading in church. I must live with everything I have, everything, in everywhere. I must be an example of a leader. So that's why I must build a house that will serve people. That is when I'm a servant, then I'm more respected. So people I'm serving, I'm not telling them to follow me or respect me, but just because I'm serving them, providing for them, they follow you automatically. People, as I'm resolving their problems for them, even if I didn't say follow me or I'm your leader, I don't have any position, but because I've helped them to solve it, they all coming to me for advice, they follow me automatically. I didn't need to pull on anybody or tell anybody I have position. That's why I don't bear, bishop, apostle, or all the prophet, doctor. No, I don't bear anything. I'm just myself. But people still follow. Why? Because you do things for people. You serve people with what you have. So with my car, I just decided to sell my cars and bought a minivan. Minivan, I don't care. Minivan. Why minivan? Because I figure I will be able to serve better. If I'm a leader, I'm a servant, why should I just sit in a car only my wife alone can sit there? With a minivan, then I don't pass by people. Then I see people with needs and be able to meet them. So minivan will be able to take more people. That is serving even to that level. So a leader, I'm a leader that way. When my car is full of people, so I can't pass by people, because how can I be passing by people who are in need and my heart doesn't, shock or something, prick. So now I don't have to worry about that. I stop, fill all of them in the car, and go. House, I don't have to worry. I can provide, at least I've been able to serve to the extent that I can. You understand my own concept of leadership? So as a leader, if I'm a leader for my wife, or for my family, it means I am the chief servant. So I provide for who we cook, I provide for who we wash, I provide for, even in Europe, not in Nigeria, for who we take care of the house, clean the house, I provide for the driver, I must serve her. So that's what it means to be the head. I gain authority by how much service I give. I gain authority by how much I serve. The more I serve, the more authority I gain. You can either gain authority by saying, I'm your head. The Bible says you must obey. Okay, obey. I tell you, obey. It says I'm the head, so you must just obey because I'm the... No facts, no proof, no results, no fruits, no arguments. What have you done? No, I'm the head, that's what it says. I'm your husband, that's it. Okay, you are my husband. But so a leader is somebody that is able to make himself a ladder. Another language that I used to use for myself, I call myself I'm a ladder. I'm a ladder. Come and ride. Come and climb on me to your purpose. In Ukraine here, many people complain, people don't like it when they use a word. They say, he's using me. He's trying to use me. People don't like when they are being used. I don't know. Are you familiar with that concept? Yeah? People say he wants to use me. People just come and use me. And all that, your friends and relatives come, oh, all these people are just coming to use you. I said, my God, that's the only thing I'm praying for. That is my only prayer. From morning till night and to God. I'm just praying that God make you. But you are, who has not prayed that God should use it? God will not come down from heaven to use you. He will only use you through people. So if people are using you, you are the happiest person. You should be looking for people to use you. You should never complain that people are using you. People should be used. It should be your aspiration for people to use you. That is what a leader is. A leader is not afraid that people are going to use him. A leader is rather eager that people should use him. A leader is never threatened by people that do want to use him. So another thing I talk about myself, I call myself two things. I'm a ladder. Number two, who am I to people? I am a bridge. I see myself as a bridge. You know what a bridge is? A bridge is something that links two edges. So one bank to the other. So a bridge is something that stands in between and everybody will ride on it to get from one end to the other. So I see myself as a bridge. You come and ride on me. I do an announcement, advertisement. Come and ride on this bridge to get to where you need to go to. A leader is somebody that has recognized himself as that bridge to lie down flat and allow people to get from their hopelessness to hope, to get from the place of their lostness, being lost, to a place of being found, to a place of being sick, to a place of being healthy, place of being poor to being wealthy. I am that bridge lying down here. Come with your load, come with your burden, and cross over riding on this bridge. If you could present yourself as a leader from that concept, from that philosophy, that a leader is the least of all, you will become the greatest of all. Because everybody that has climbed over you like that will remember how they became. Even if they will not admit it, they will still remember how they have become. Secondly, because they have used you to pass from one place to the other, they are obliged to you forevermore. Thirdly, because they know and you presented yourself to them free of charge and willingly, they will be the one to willingly be pursuing you. And anybody that is pursuing you, following you, who is in front? You are the one in front. They are following you. It means you are your followers. You are their leader. So the greatest concept of leadership is to be a servant leader. And that servant leadership is actually the greatest form of leadership. But it's actually by doing it, not by talking it, but by really becoming a bridge and a ladder to people. Okay, that's about leadership. You have questions now? Interaction questions you wanted to do? Okay, let's do it.
So any question? Or anything? All right. Any questions? Or
maybe not questions, maybe comments, maybe observations.
Or life experience that we could learn from also.
Yeah, and you people who have been with me for some time, you might need to help them. So
okay, you
might need to share.
Good evening once again.
Yes.
My name is Choku. Actually, I wouldn't say it's my fear, but it's one great challenge I know as humans we ought to face.
Look there, because we have that.
We will face. I always have this thought of me, and I know being great or being a great person in life, it comes with so much challenges and so much sacrifices that are meant to be paid. So this might be a little bit, maybe I don't know, direct, but I just wish to know, because I've been, on my own, I've been inquisitive, I've been searching for answers. One of my fears, or should I say my greatest fear, is to not be so busy so that I don't have time for people that are important, like people that matter to me, my loved ones. So I might want to ask you, since I know you are a great person, you have achieved a lot, I just want to know from your own cycle of experience, how did you combine it? How did it happen? Like, how was it? How was it for you? That's what I want to know. Thank you.
Brilliant. That is such a brilliant question. You don't even know how important it is. That borders on the question of honor. In our culture and in most places, we are used to honoring strangers. So, for example, in most of our families or of our cultures, if a stranger visits your family, your home, the best food is given to those visitors. And, you know, even what you don't eat on your regular basis. And then, you know, sometimes some of us will even leave the better room and put the stranger there. But the stranger is someone that has not contributed to you. Because it's a stranger, you are seeing him for the first time or second time he's visiting. You know, even though he might be a great person, but the person that really deserves more honor and respect from you is not the person that has never proven his love and his devotion to you. The person that you must respect most of all is someone that has been there for you every day. When you are sick, when you are poor, when you are healthy, when you are, you know, when you had something, when you didn't have anything, your mother, your father, your parents. That's why the Bible says the first people you must honor is honor your father and mother. So, but in our own situation, it has been changed. There is nobody in your life that you must honor more than your father and mother. Then the second category of people you must honor more than everything are people who have contributed to you more than other people else. The way we have done it is we just want to look nice. And because we want to get compliments and look nice and get recommendation before strangers or big people, we are trying to be nice to them, so we are kinder to them. But you never be kinder or more kind to anybody in the world than people who have contributed more to you. So the principles of honor is honor must first go to people who have proved their love to you beforehand. People who have invested in you, people who have who had convinced you that they care for you. Because, for example, God forbid, if you fall sick of cancer tomorrow, and somebody needs to come and sit with you in the hospital for 1 month, 2 months, or bring him, you know, food and care to you, none of those visitors, even none of those your people you call friends, none of those people you have honored and respected who are just, you know, your colleagues or something, none of them will be there for you to sit there in that hospital and caring for you. But your mother, or your sister, or your sibling, they will walk away from their job, they will sacrifice everything, they will sell everything. If you need to pay for your school fees, it's not one of those people you have been running about with and, you know, trying to please that will come up with for you and give you that school fee. You will still be calling your parents. So who deserves more honor? Righteousness and responsibility only demands that people who have proven to you have been there for you in your time of need. They must be honored more highly than any other person in your life. For example, ladies, young ladies go to marry, and they normally say, well, I'm your husband. I mean, you are my husband. So since I'm your wife now, you must not, your family must not take must not play an important role anymore, you know, in your life. Because I'm your wife now. So I'm the only one you must listen to. You must not listen to your brothers. You must not listen to your family members, because the Bible says they shall be one flesh or something. But still, if it's not consistent with the general principles of the Word of God, the Word of God says people like that, like your mother, like your father, that you have lived with for 20 years, they know you in and out. You were suffering together with them. You are going through hunger together with them. You are weeping together. You suffer together. So now, just because you met one person 1 year now, only 1 year, you don't even know what she will still do to you. And you are now saying that your father, your mother, your family is not important anymore. Now I have a new family, just 1 year. Because she has not had the time to prove to you yet our allegiance, and our commitment, and our love to deserve the level of honor that your father and your mother will have. So in my own philosophy, in my mind, there is no way you will respect your wife immediately more than your father and your siblings. So we tell them, we teach that don't interfere, don't do that. Yes, that is different. That's a different topic. But honor. You love your wife, but you honor your family. Your family that you have lived with like that, they desire for honor. Don't just shove the door, especially your parents. It's just like, me now having children, and they say, okay, I give you away in marriage. The person that they are saying take away in marriage, somebody spent their life to make her look that attractive. Somebody sent her to school. Someone went to give his own life to make that money to send her to school. And now you just say, okay, just take her. No, honor demands that no, you will still recognize. Even me, who is taking her as wife, must go back to recognize whoever produces her for me. So, no matter what I'm doing, and no matter what you do as a leader, you must always know that the place of honor for your family, nothing must touch it. And they must still have more honor than more of you, more of your time, more of your best, than any other person, any other thing you are doing out there. I don't know if you get it. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other person with question?
Yes.
All right.
Sir,
yes.
From the question he asked, I think probably he would like to know how you divide your time. How you divide your time between the family, work, and other people that you see, because that's one thing that I found unique with you.
Okay, you tell them.
Okay, so you said that leadership comes with sacrifice, right? And most of the prominent guys, or those who are very successful, don't always pay so much attention to their families. I'm somebody like that. I grew up more with my mom and my siblings because my dad was always working. And I believe that's something that's quite normal in Nigeria and in the families
always
in Africa. Yeah, the men go to work and the big guys, you never really see them. You just see your dad every once in a while. So, but when I came here, I found that he has a perfect balance between the way he handles his family and the way he works and the way he sees people. So it's all about, first of all, priorities. Wow, I really walked myself into this one. Okay. All right, so it goes like this. All right, yeah, of course. So what he does is he has divided his time in such a way that nobody can encroach on the other. He's not the kind of person who can just come, okay, like you heard him say right now that this guy's just sent a letter yesterday for a program that is supposed to be on the 13th. So for normal people, that's enough time, right? Today is what, the 6th or the 7th? So yeah, you have a few days, about a week before that event. So for normal people, they're like, you have a week notice, but for him, it's not that way. He plans his life probably years ahead. Right now, he knows what he'll be doing by summer next year. But for normal guys who just live each day at a time, that's not something that they do. But he has been able to make sure that, for instance, from the morning till 12, he doesn't see people because that's the time he spends alone and then with his family. So there is nothing you bring that is going to change that program. If you come and say somebody is dying, you feel like, well, that person could wake up after 12 if the person dies eventually. So he's strict with the way he orders his time, and he knows what time he wants to spend with his family and what time he wants to spend counseling people. So everything has been properly put in order. So that way there is no chaos, there is no, oh, my family can wait while I do this stuff. No. Every week he has the number of hours he spends with his kids, talking to them. He has topics that he discusses with his kids actually. So he has evenings that he says, now I have to leave you guys. We might be working, and he'll be like, I have to go spend time with the kids right now. And he goes and he does that. And then he has a time he'll be like, I have to go talk with my wife right now. So he leaves all of us, no matter how many we are, and then he goes, he talks to his wife, and they do all that they're supposed to do, and then he comes back the next day. So that is the way he has lived his life. So everything about him has been properly put in order in such a way that there is no chaos, there is no accidents or whatever you. Everything has been properly planned. So I believe that's something that we in Africa really lack, because our dads just believe, let's just work as long as possible and then get the money to the kids because they need to go to school. But he has properly made sure that that does not happen. Everything has a time and everything is well placed in its right position. So that's the way he finds time for his family, and he has calculated the hours. He'll tell you, I spent 4 hours here, 3 hours here, 7 hours here, 2 hours here. He will give you the proper time that he spends for every single thing. So it's all in the details, actually, of how you plan your time. And that way you'll be able to find time for everything that you want to do. So that's just a little that I have to share.
Yeah, if I would just add, I've only been here a couple of months. If there's one thing I appreciate about Pastor Sundays, I mean, if you can just imagine, how can you be a pastor over 25,000 members, right? And not be overwhelmed, and then still have time to meet with students and different people, foreigners that come everywhere. Hardly would that be possible if, you are not organized, right? The one thing that separates him as a leader is he's organized to the T. That which is important and that which is just urgent. So if a phone is just ringing in the middle of his meeting, the phone just rings. Leave a message. I'll get to it when I get to it. And so, just like you said, he plans his day and he fits the important things where they need to be, so that he's had time for family, time to meet with leaders, and time to meet with different people. Training for foreigners that come, all of that has been orchestrated and planned. What sets great leaders apart is they plan first before they start walking and start implementing. Man, sometimes we have an idea, we quickly start running to do it, and we haven't planned it out. And then we run into obstacles along the way. He has planned things out. He talks about 5-year plan, 10-year plan. He's talking about 300-year plan. And who really does that? And that's what really makes him great, is the ability to administer, plan, organize, put people in place to help do things, make sure that what he needs to get done are already set in structure. That way he gets to it and nothing is left undone. We were at a church service, and sometimes things may change, but he makes sure that everything he wanted to do gets done. And that's planning. That's, as simple as that: planning, organization, structure, administration. Those things that sometimes, it looks like it's difficult to do, but without it, you really can't get as much done. So those are some things I wanted to share about that. My sister, you want to?
Yeah, concerning the question you asked, is actually a very important one. I have asked him that question. So one thing I've discovered about Pastor is priorities. He has his priorities set out. And if you ask him about his priorities and how he goes about it, he will tell you his first priority is God. His relationship with God is paramount, and nothing comes between that. Then after God is his family, before ministry. So for secular people, that's going to be work. So he places his family before his work. His work does not come before his family. So with that, he plans his day, strategizes his time. He has a time every day he allocates for himself and God, the time he gives to family, then the time he gives to work. So it's not something that just happens. It's something that you have to discipline yourself to do. Because most times, if it's ministry or if it's work you're doing, you get so engrossed in it that you might be carried away and you forget those who are important, or your loved ones. Not necessarily because you want to do it, but you're just carried away with passion because that priority has not been set in place. Why did I get to ask him about that? Because I know I'm a very driven person. And secondly, I'm a lady and I'm in ministry, a medical doctor and all that. And it bothered me. I was asking him that question. I'm like, Pastor, how do you balance this? I know it might be different for you because you're a man, a lady and everything. And he was putting that into picture for me. And he was like, it doesn't matter the gender. It's about your priorities and what you place as number one. So if you're going to discipline yourself and align that, then you apply the principles of time management. is going to work all out. So you know, okay, my family comes before my work. So, okay, if it's 2 hours every day I want to dedicate to my family, I'm going to do that, call them, check on them, know how they're doing, spend time with them. If it's 3 hours, if it's 4 hours, then you stick to it. Let your principles be your guiding force. Be a prisoner of your own principles and your own priorities. You don't let any urgent matter encroach in your already laid down plan. So he would say there is one thing, doing what is necessary and responding to things that are urgent. So you don't live your life responding to issues, but you live your life based on principles and how you have planned it. And another thing too, he talked to me about was when I lost my mom. And I had so much plan for her. She couldn't wait to see me graduate. She was so anticipating to come for my graduation, and I was preparing for her invitation to come over for my graduation, and few months to my graduation, I just got a call, she died, you know. And I was so broken and devastated, and Pastor used that, he was teaching me a lesson out of that. He said, life is a moment. You have to, you don't have tomorrow, so you have to maximize the time you have today. That's what a lot of people do. They leave family, they want to acquire where it's okay, when I get to so amount, then I will take care of my family, I will do this for my mom, I will do this for my dad. Not paying attention to the little details of the moment. But when you've acquired everything you think you want to acquire, maybe that family might not be there anymore. Some people, they get divorced, probably their wife gets tired of the husband not being there. She gives up on the marriage and all that. But if he has paid attention to the moment and living life on every second, on every minute he has and on every time, putting first things first, that wouldn't happen. And that became a lesson that stuck to me all through life. So live every second you have, every day you have on the moments, because you cannot tell what you have tomorrow. So you just make the priorities what it is and know what you want at a particular point in time, not to respond to situations that are around you. Set your goals and your priorities. What is important comes first before what is urgent.
One more thing I want to add. One more thing I want to add is, for you to be able to be successful on every front in your life and you don't want anything to be lacking, you have to be willing to work extraordinarily hard. He's a workaholic. He works 18, 20 hours every day. He sleeps for just 4 hours, sometimes even less. And that is because he's been able to understand that, okay, if I'm going to get everything in the right place, I have to be willing to spend the time that it takes. So if he's going to spend 3 hours with his family, he understands that he has to come back so we can continue from where we stopped our work. So he doesn't just say good night, guys, and then he goes and spends 6 hours sleeping and chatting. No. He calculates how much time he has to spend, and then he comes back to continue his work. So he's dedicated that time to the family, and then he's like, okay, that's done. Now let me get back to work. So you have to be willing to work extra hours and extra hard for you to be able to make that balance to be possible in your life. Or else you see that you dedicate the best of your strength to your work, and when you come back home, you're tired, and then you just sleep off, and then you wouldn't have a family life. That wouldn't work. So you have to be willing to put energy, both mentally, physically, emotionally, into everything you do for you to have the best. So that way you have 100% from everything. You don't have 20 here, 30 here, and then 50 there. He is somebody who has perfected the act of making everything he does perfect. So if you want to do that as well, you have to be willing to work the hard hours, the long hours, and I'm sure you have great families and whatever other thing you need in your life. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Pastor. There's some people who like to stay in the comfort zone, people who like to stay in the shadows, people who don't like much stress. And maybe after a while, they find themselves in leadership positions, maybe due to their personality or their character. So how do they transition from being in the comfort zone into a leadership position? Because being a leader, you have to be out. So how do they transfer? How do they break that shell? That's my question.
If I say I understand it, then it will not be true.
Okay, I mean people who like to be on their own, people who like to stay separately. Then they get into positions of power and they need to be outspoken. They need to be people who go out. They don't need to hide anymore. So how do they transition their body, their self out of that position?
You should never say you are somebody who is like this or like this. I have a message that I call, don't ever remain there where life has put you. The fact that you are born an introvert doesn't mean you have to accept it and stay there. The way I look at the 4 gradings of temperaments is that some are cholerics, some are sanguines, some are phlegmatics, and melancholics. Okay. I don't believe that. Okay, can you have 4 people stand up? Yeah, so these are 4 people. Let's call you one. Choleric, melancholic, sanguine. No. Yeah, phlegmatic. Yeah, sanguine. Okay. Melancholic, choleric. Okay, let's say you are one of these. Like I am also one of them. I read that and I spoke to myself. I said, but while I was reading about myself, I was also reading about every other one. But I saw that every one of them have an advantage, their own advantages, their own minuses, their own advantages. So I made a list of my own advantages and also made a list of my own minuses. And also made a list of the minuses and the advantages of others. And I picked out all the pluses, advantages here, all the pluses here, all the pluses here, all the pluses here. And I look at the ones that I lack, what is not enough for me, what I don't have, what I lack. So I just brought them and put them under my own list as well. And I started a journey, a lifetime journey of developing all those other qualities that those other ones have, that I didn't have naturally. And that is what has made me to perfect my personality and my character. So you never say, even though I was born to be shy and timid, that I should remain there. I would never remain there because I see people who are better than me. So I work. So to be shy and timid, I don't need any gift, because it's just natural to me. So I don't need to work on that anymore. I just see it as my starting point, but where I don't need to work on and struggle on. But in the other area, I need to work on those ones. That's the way I say it. So never you accept the fact that this is where I am, that's all. If you settle for that, you will never become the best you could ever become. I hope you understand. Thank you. The guy here, you wanted to speak first, yes.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so it's an honor meeting you. I've heard so much about you, and I think I've been following on your page on Facebook and learning a few things from you. I've learned one thing from you. You open your hands freely to a lot of people. I want to know how you cope with, as a Nigerian, I know that Nigerians especially, when you try to help some of them, they take you for granted. Many a times. They want to, I don't know, I want to just know how you cope with those set of people. How you are able to still come around to carry more people when some behind have really misused the opportunity given to them. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I hear that all the time. And I even hear that in Africa, you don't do that with Africans. Bring them close. They will take it for granted and they will take advantage of you. And that is an excuse that leaders who have the wrong leadership model have used. They say other people will abuse it, so I put a gap. You don't need to put a gap. You need to put insight and understanding. You need to give people, teach people. So if those people will take advantage, there will always be those ones, either it's in Nigeria or in any other country. They will be the ones that will abuse your trust. They will abuse your kindness or your love. But majority, if you teach them well, if they are well taught, they will still maintain their position and they will still honor you. But as a leader, you should not look for people to honor you. That shouldn't be your own target. Your own target should be to serve them. And it is now their own consideration to find a way of honoring you. But you teach them, especially if you're a leader, you will teach people. If you're a leader, you will give direction to people. If you're a true leader, you will tell people what's wrong and what's right. So that way, you could help those ones who are abusing it. If they really want to receive something from you, you give them some guidelines. And so never be afraid of things that are wrong or people that are doing things wrong so much as to stop doing what is right. Never you be, don't give the people who are abusing the privilege or the opportunity you give to them, don't give them the right to be more powerful than you, so that you stop being kind just because they abuse your kindness. If you stop being kind just because they abuse your kindness, it means what they did is more powerful than you. So now you have stopped. So you are not powerful. They have controlled you. They have dictated to you how you should behave. No human being should dictate to you how you should behave. It should only be the values that you live by that should dictate to you how you should behave. Because if you do good to people and they come back and repay you back with evil, and you say, I will never do good to anybody again, then you are weak. It means now they have formulated you. They have dictated your mode of, your pattern of operation, your pattern of response. They have now made you never to be kind again. They made you because they avenged you or revenged you or did evil to you. So you have changed. You are no more yourself. So they are dictating who you become. You become a slave to whoever forces you to do what is not your according to your belief. So nobody should be powerful enough, should be given that powerful position in your life to have to dictate to you how you should behave. It's just like saying people are slapping you, or when I came here first, people would come and say, monkey, you're a monkey, or Negro, or call you different names. And I see many Africans who will go and begin to fight and so it means those people were able to make me into an animal because I'm fighting, I'm responding like an animal. So they have succeeded in making me who they think I am. But when I laugh and just say, oh, you want to shake a live monkey? This is a live, you have a shake with a live monkey, real one. Then they begin to laugh again. I have overcome their hatred and their prejudice with my maturity and superiority of mind. So I control how they feel. They don't control how I feel. The other guy was the first one. But Brother Femi is not studying. Who raised his hands first? Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm very privileged to be in your presence, sir. My question, sir, for you is, what has been your biggest challenge, sir, being a leader, sir? Thank you very much.
My biggest challenge is what is called King's Capital. I don't know if you have heard about it. And that is one thing I am suffering because I'm a leader. You take responsibility for what your followers do. Even if you didn't know about it. And some people will blame you for what you didn't do, but what people you try to help or who are following you or who use your name do. That's my biggest, because I can't control everything. I don't know what they're doing anywhere. But to deny them and say I don't know them will also be betrayal. So you just have to suffer for what other people do. That is the part I would say is the biggest challenge.
Good evening, everybody. My question for you is about habit. Like, from what I understand, habit controls a lot of what people do. Actually, habit shapes people's, like most people, their life is shaped by habits and what they do. And I really want to understand how to break a habit, or how to overcome a habit, or how to deal with habits.
Very good. Okay, there is a principle. There is a principle. I will just give you the formula. To break an habit and start a new habit, the first thing you need to do is to know that all who we are and what we become is a result of what we see and what we hear. The five senses, the five sensory organs, right? Mainly what you see, what you hear, what you touch, because those are the things, but mainly what you hear and what you see. Those are the things that formulate the thoughts you think. Your thoughts don't just come from this space. They come as a result of whatever you have looked at. When you look at something, it automatically develops thought in you. And then that thought develops feeling in you. And that feeling makes you to want to act, to do what you feel. And when you do what you feel and you repeat it, then it becomes a habit. When you keep on doing what is a habit, it becomes part of your nature, your character. So that is the formula of developing a good or bad habit. So, for example, if what I've been looking at is, like, for example, at the age of 24, I took a decision for myself never to watch movies anymore. Yeah, because so everybody is finding it difficult that I don't know all the big stars. I don't know any star. I don't know any movie. I don't know any name. And the reason was because I discovered that I was struggling with temptation as a young man. I gave my life at 19. God gave me the grace. Because I used to date girls, girlfriend, discotheque. And God just set me free from that. Even though I was so free, not dating anybody, not going to discotheque, but I would notice that each time I watched movies, that there would be some scenarios, some scenes that will always create the old feeling I used to have. Yeah, and then they bring in. So I discovered that everything I see comes to do something with my mind later on. And from that, my mind goes to my feeling. Then from there, before you know, you are already looking for a way of satisfying myself. So it was becoming a crisis for me. And I struggled with it between 21 or 22 years to 24. After 2 years and it's repeated. Then I just dawned on me that, it's as a result of watching this thing all the time. So since, it is what you see that creates what you feel, what you think, and then what you feel, I can reverse that order. So if I don't want to feel that thing again, or I don't want to think about it, let me limit my seeing it, or let me stop even looking at it or hearing itself. Then I discovered that, I could go a whole year without even thinking about all the things I was struggling with before. Because I was not watching, my mind was clear. I could live in peace with myself. I could control my Christian life. I could control my own feeling. So it's so easy. So I got a revelation that way. So the other side is also true. If I want to learn how to do something good, and I don't know how to do it, just expose yourself to it. Make sure you see it as many times as possible. Then that way you'll be thinking about it. Then make sure you spend as much as possible to thinking about it, meditating upon that good thing you want to develop. That's step 2. Step 3, you begin to have the feeling. You'll be feeling that you are like that. Your feeling will correspond with what you have just eaten, with what you have put inside you. If you want to learn to love people, study. What do people who love people do? How do they do it? What are the actions they do? By the time you see it, it comes to your mind. Then by the time you begin to think about it, soon you are already thinking, feeling as if you want to do the same thing. That's step 3. Step 4, after feeling that you feel like doing it, you just go and do it just like what you have seen. That's step 4. Then by practicing it, then step 5, keep on practicing. Keep on repetition. Then by the time you know, it's become an habit. And by the time you know, it's become a value system in you and become part of you. So steps are what you see or what you hear. Expose yourself to the information you want. Second point, meditate upon it. Third point, feel it. Accept the feeling. It will automatically, the feeling that you are like that. You are a loving person. That you are a kind person. You are a rich person. Those feelings will come to you automatically. That's number 3. Number 4, then you feel like, since you are feeling like doing something, you want to do it because it's pushing you. The feeling pushes you to go and do something. So you want to act it out. Action. But don't just do it one time. Keep on repeating it. That's number 5 point. So once you're repeating it as many times, the more time you repeat it, the more it becomes part of you. It becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, after you keep on repeating it, it becomes a value system. It becomes your character.
Good day, everyone. I've been following you, sir, and I want to ask this question because this question bothers me a lot. In an instance whereby I'm a follower and I have a leader and I have a time schedule and I have a lot of plans, and I made my leader to know my plan, but because of the plan the leader has, and I told him my plans, but he said no, I have to follow his own plan. In that kind of situation, what can I do? I have my schedule, I have my plans, but he said no, because of his own plan for the organization and all such.
Nothing must be more important than your own vision. Even you yourself, you are not more important than your vision. So you must subject yourself and everything else to your vision. You must create space in your own vision according when you can afford it for any other things. But first of all, the bigger priority is what you are supposed to do. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we had a nice time. Go eat before you go. Let's make sure you go and eat. So let's do this. Let all of you go and eat while I sit outside. Okay.
So you could go into the room by the left to have your dinner. So please, then pending that time, before you go, you could come back because it's only those that attended that will be collecting certificate. Because if you are not impacted onto why carry a proof of emptiness?
Anybody has a pen? Thank you.